and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Yo, Palisades crew. Johnny Mosley here, blasting into your Thursday with the Toyota Tahoe report. The Toyota's locked and loaded, so let's swing open the door, peek at the conditions, and see what Mother Nature is serving up today.
Thanks, Johnny. The storm has cleared at Palisades Tahoe and is looking spectacular. Sunny skies, highs in the mid-40s, and light winds. Fresh snow from this week's storm means incredible conditions on the upper mountain. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
Get out of here, Dave. We're doing a show.
Oh, you better be careful. He's tallying.
Yes, Dave is now making a running tally on who attacks
That's
who.
That's an attack right
there.
Right there. You said get out of there.
There's a scoreboard going on.
I'm just going to not say anything anymore.
Don't do that. It's quite
nobody
literally.
Likes my personality. People think I'm stupid.
What is happening here? What do you mean? Why is everybody in a bad mood on Fernando Mendoza Day?
Dave's pretty much telling me to never come in again.
Well, I mean, he's telling you to. He heard that. He's coming back in now. Yep, here he comes.
Lying.
Why? You lied?
You just take a sick day, man.
I'm not that.
I know you're not.
Okay, I had a full conversation with you.
I know.
Before we ever came on air this week, and I said, my whole career, I am like a crazy worker.
Yeah.
I don't really take time off in terms of sick. I never have used sick days except for one time in my whole career. And that's when I got the flu so bad that I could not get out of bed. I was pooping and vomiting at the same time. And so that is the only time that I have never come into work and used a sick day.
Dave, can you come in and do this show? I don't think I can do it today.
Why is he back there?
I don't know. Listen, I'm telling you this out of love.
Tallies?
Hey, pretend we're not on the air right now, and I'm telling you this out of love between coworkers. Please don't wait till you're pooping and vomiting to call out of work, please.
No, but in all seriousness, it's not something in my life. Usually I have to. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to jinx people or things. But usually it's you don't feel great. You lack sleep, all that stuff. You got to go in and do your job.
Yeah, I'll naturally try to fight through a cold if I can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All of us work differently.
Yeah. Well,
Dave obviously.
Dave will call out.
Dave has a sore toe. He's like, I'm calling in.
Sore toe.
Is he still
Yeah, he's still in there. He's hearing all of this.
He's like telling right now.
Yeah, he's
so telling.
He's in the window. He's looming. What? Yeah,
he's telling.
Yep, there we go.
Oh.
The attacks. Hold on, Dave's got to make notes of the attacks.
Listen.
Here
it was. I think the only thing I'm taking offense to is that your implication is that if you were to work from home when you're sick, that there's a weakness associated with it. Like, hey, I come in because I fight through sickness. I mean, truly, and
I don't know any better.
And I'm obviously I'm joking, but what happened here, because it was before you were here, is that when COVID hit, like they flipped everything.
Right.
But
Were you?
I was working in production.
Yeah, like they flipped everything. That's when they all gave us equipment. They were like, if you even have a sniffle,
get out.
Stay home. You're gonna.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah, I did work from home in TV for probably like 7 months.
Oh, during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was before I joined
choice.
TV. But I was still here during all of COVID.
There's a story about something that happened on TV here during COVID that I will share with you off the air.
Like on video?
I don't want to
digital?
go. I don't want to go any deeper because some people might be listening. But remind me to tell you about the COVID mix-up that happened here. During
Why
COVID.
is that a pod?
I don't know. Anyways, love you both. There's your. Eat strawberries have vitamins in them.
I know.
Have at it.
I'm eating them. Thanks, Dave.
They're very good.
Thanks, buddy.
Good luck with Mendoza.
Thank you. Yeah, happy Fernando Mendoza Day, everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody should be in as good of a mood as
day.
I am. No, I like it's Fernando Mendoza Day. So like the savior of the Raiders is about to arrive finally. The day that was promised has come, ushered in by Tom Brady. And I had a great dream last night. I had a wonderful dream
Okay, this
last
is
night.
scary.
No, trust me. I had a wonderful dream last night. I had a dream that well, let's put it this way. AJ DeBonsa is coming to the Sacramento Kings. That was the dream last night. The dream. I don't know why
it was unfold.
I was in the draft lottery. I was there.
Whoa!
Like I wasn't representing the Kings, but I was sitting there for some reason. I got invited, and I watched the Kings win the draft lottery.
Look at that.
Is
that a sign?
That's the first time I think I've ever dreamt anything like Kings / work related.
Maybe it's a sign.
Or maybe I just need to do something else with my life because my brain's like, really?
Dreaming of AJ.
Well, it wasn't AJ specifically. It was just the draft lottery. But yes.
But he was selected.
No. They just won the lottery.
Oh, they won the lottery.
And then I woke up to learn.
Gotcha.
I'm already pissed off at the NBA.
Yeah.
Because they're putting the draft lottery on Mother's Day. Because like, hey, men everywhere, we're gonna get you in trouble on this day.
They really are. They really
Your
are.
team already sucks. So now you get to be in trouble on Mother's Day to watch the only hope that your terrible team has of getting better. Oh, by the way, we're not going to do it like in the evening. Maybe like, everybody goes out to Mother's Day brunch. They get their mimosas. And then by 3 p.m., everyone's taking a nap. Okay, great. Nope. We're not going to wait until the afternoon or evening to do it. Oh, no. Well, they will on the East Coast. The East Coasters, they get it.
That's why they did it.
Hey, West Coast, you get the draft lottery at noon.
Yep, 3 p.m. Eastern though.
Found that out today because my family, I am hosting a Mother's Day lunch.
Why did you do that?
Because my wife wanted to.
Even though the draft's going on and she.
Well, because I thought it was going to happen at like 4.
Oh no, Matt.
So
keeps getting
literally
worse.
had scheduled the lunch at noon.
Oh.
Now I have to push it back to 1. So I sent that in the group text to a bunch of women today. I'm just waiting for my phone to grow arms, grab a knife, and stab me.
Seriously.
They're all going to be mad at me, but what can I do?
Blame it on Adam Silver.
Well, I blame a lot of things on Adam Silver.
Have
He
his
doesn't do
number?
anything about it.
Give it to your wife.
That won't matter. She'll blame me anyway.
She can send him angry texts.
I won't. He'll go on Pardon My Take and like defend the Blazers owner again or something. Yeah, so that part's not great, but I did dream that the Kings won the draft lottery, which of course, like content related, right? So you have to watch and react to it. And then you can't just react to it, right? Then you have to do a podcast after it. So
absolutely,
I'm like, lunch is going to be late. Sorry, moms. All the moms are going to be mad at me. And if the Kings fall in the lottery and my family's mad at me, worst day ever. At least if they're mad at me,
then
but the
I'll
Kings
not come into work.
Why?
Because I'm going to deal with the aftermath.
Me of what? You're just
The
going to see
wrath
me
of
all.
Matt.
I'm going to be angry? No, I'm going to be tired. Be all beat up.
But then that could, when you're tired, you're grumpy.
Yeah, and I lash out.
Uh-huh.
I lash out in anger. Well, I definitely will lash out if the Kings fall to like 7 or 8. That's for sure.
Positive thinking. You had a great dream last night about them winning the lottery.
And it's
So
Fernando
there you go.
Mendoza Day. Happy Fernando Mendoza Day, everybody. Also known as the NFL Draft. Of course, all you 49ers fans tuning in, we're all anxiously waiting to see what the Niners do with the 27th pick tonight. And on today's show, of course, we will go through what all the final mock drafts are saying from ESPN to CBS, NFL.com, Yahoo, and The Athletic. They all have the Niners picking someone different at 27. We'll explore that coming up at 11:30 on today's show. Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles were on one yesterday. Let me just tell you that. The Drive guys.
Oh, it didn't make you very happy.
Drive guys were on one when talking about my boy De'Aaron Fox. We're talking about one of the greatest Sacramento Kings of all time based off of one game. One game they were overreacting to, ignoring the numbers of all the stuff he's done without Wemby this season. Of course, all the stuff he's done here in Sacramento, including one of the best playoff debuts in history. We'll talk about that coming up at 11 o'clock and respond to some of the things that Alan and Whitey had to say about one De'Aaron Fox. Also, speaking of the San Antonio Spurs, Keldon Johnson won Sixth Man of the Year. We'll talk about that too. Congratulations to Keldon. Kayla put together a fun NFL draft game for us. She has 10 questions that are prediction related. We will make those predictions, and by the end of the weekend or next week after the draft is over, we'll see how close we are on all of these NFL draft predictions. And very excited about this. At noon, it's a big day for us because Morgan Reagan from the Deuce and Mo podcast is joining us. Oh, she also does Kings pre and post game. And then she announced today, less than an hour ago, she is going to be the WNBA on Prime sideline reporter this season. Congratulations to Mo. There is no ceiling on that woman's career. She is phenomenal, and she will make her Matt and Kayla debut here coming up at noon. We'll talk Kings with her. We'll talk about this new opportunity with her in the WNBA and beyond. So very excited, very proud of Morgan Reagan, who I knew as an intern when I was here, and she was a part-time employee here at Sactown Sports, and look at her now. She's shining on all sense of the word. So very happy for Morgan Reagan. We'll have her or chat with her at 1 o'clock or noon. Also at 1 o'clock yesterday, we had a fun time doing a little let's build an offseason assignment or exercise between Kayla and I. We basically simmed the draft lottery, ended up with the 7th pick, I believe, and basically tried to do the best we could to go through what a Kings offseason could look like to improve the team, address the point guard position, but also try and shed some salary and get this team under the luxury tax if possible. We did the best we could within the realistic abilities of an armchair GM and not having all the numbers and everything in front of us. And we did pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so.
But today, we're going to do it again, except if the Sacramento Kings have a top pick. So we'll sim the lottery until the Kings are in the top 4, wherever they end up in the top 4. Then we'll do it again and see how that changes things if the Kings are to get a top pick. That's coming up at 1 o'clock. If you want to be a part of the show today, you absolutely can. 916-339-1140. Call or text in there. You can also be a part of the show on YouTube, the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube stream. Shout out all the chatters. Good morning. Happy Thursday and happy Fernando Mendoza Day to all of you in there. While we wait for the NFL draft to begin, well, we've had the NBA playoffs to carry us through. And let's start. We had 2 games last night, so a bit of a lighter playoff schedule. Let's start with the Thunder versus the Suns, that the final score would tell you it wasn't the greatest of games. But there was plenty of drama in Thunder versus Suns. Let's start, of course, with the clutch player of the year, soon to be 2-time MVP in my opinion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 37 points. Only 9 free throw attempts, and he made all of them. 9 of 9 from the free throw line. But still, that did not stop Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks from complaining about the officiating. Although Booker wasn't directly complaining necessarily about Shai, as much as he was just complaining about the officiating in general. This is about a 2-minute clip or somewhat of Booker going back and forth, answering questions from reporters, where, I mean, he's got a fine on the way. He was very direct in his criticisms of the officiating in last night's Suns loss.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but even the broadcast was confused by your tech. What was the explanation that you got?
I still haven't got one. It's definitely something that has to be looked into. I heard Caruso tell him to call the tech, and, he ended up doing it. So that's one ref. In my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. People are going to start viewing this as a WWE, if they're not held responsible.
Similar thing for you on the offensive foul with Caruso, where you didn't get an explanation there either?
Yeah, and then the very next play, it said unnatural shooting motion that hit Caruso, but Caruso's moving forward on that. And if that's unnatural shooting motion compared to what guys are doing to get fouls nowadays, like, you can play them side by side, and, I'll let you guys be the judge. Like, pull the clips, run it back. I'm surprised this is happening on national TV in playoff games.
Look, how hard is that to play through?
It's hard. It just feels disrespectful. I know I haven't won a championship in this league, but I have been in it for 11 years now. So to get to this point, to be treated like that, for me to even be saying something out loud, it's bad.
Have you ever done something? I mean, have you ever? I don't think I can recall you talking about the officials.
Yeah, it's my first time in 11 years, but it's needed. Like I said, whatever I get fined for, everybody can pull the clips and see where the frustration comes from.
Okay, so there's two circumstances or two situations that Devin Booker is addressing or talking about in that clip. The first one is the technical foul that he picked up, which I agree with Devin Booker 100%. It was a stupid, bogus technical. It's a loose ball, kind of knocked out of his hands. He goes to save it out of bounds. Now, it looked like the ball probably already bounced out of bounds, or he had already stepped out of bounds before he saved it. But he basically grabs it, throws it behind him to keep it in bounds, and ended up hitting, I don't remember what Thunder player, but it ended up hitting a Thunder player like above the shoulders, maybe in the head. And Alex Caruso very clearly asks the ref for a tech, and then the ref gives a tech to Devin Booker, who didn't even know what was going on. He had walked away at that point thinking, I just tried to save it from going out of bounds. It's out of bounds off me. Okay, side out for OKC. Let's keep playing. But he gets a technical foul for it. I agree 1,000% with Booker that technical foul was bogus. It was stupid. It was unnecessary. And it feels like it was awarded because members of the Thunder asked for it. I didn't see anything intentional from Devin in that moment of trying to throw the ball and hit anybody in the face or hit anybody with the ball. He just tried to save it and put some zip on it and happened to hit a Thunder player. So that part, I think, was weak by the NBA.
Yeah.
Please.
Can I chime in here?
Please.
So I was watching that game, obviously, live last night. And when that happened, I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, is this honestly like a joke? Like, this is a technical foul when he's literally trying to get the ball back in bounds and it's like a basketball play? Like, it was very confusing, and it's a bad look for even those, like I always say, they're casual viewers that are tuning into the playoffs. Like, that, again, distracts from the game of just the game, of tuning into the playoffs to see good basketball. And now we're talking about this crap because, the refs are doing stuff like this that should not distract from the playoffs. If anything, it's the playoffs. People want to see good basketball, like I said. It's one thing in the regular season, but, like, that kind of call is honestly, like, the refs need to be fined for that. Because I'd be livid if I was Booker, too. And it goes to show, like, Booker has not complained in 11 years about the refs. So for him to be...
I don't believe that, by the way.
Maybe publicly. Like maybe he means just like publicly, like
on a post
yeah,
game.
I mean, maybe he's done it like in the media, but maybe like at the podium or something. But to make him that mad because it meant that much to him, obviously it isn't a good look. And it just makes us have to talk about stuff like this. And I want to talk about basketball in the NBA playoffs,
The other thing that he was frustrated with, this is where I start to disagree with Booker. If anything, it should have been a no call for Booker. He was called for an offensive foul when I think it was against Caruso, if I'm not mistaken. He went up and it was called an unnatural motion. He went up for a shot and his elbow went up into the face of Caruso, and Caruso sold it a little bit, snapped his head back a little bit to sell it. It was called an offensive foul. If anything, that should have been a no call. It wasn't that bad, wasn't that egregious of contact, but we know that the league is very careful when it comes to any contact to the face, right? That's typically where they'll review for flagrant and stuff like that. It didn't go that far, but it was called an offensive foul because it was deemed an unnatural motion where his elbow went up into the face of Caruso.
Yeah.
Then on the other end of the floor, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander draws a foul by attacking, going up, and it looked in real time kind of very similar to what Devin just experienced. And Devin Booker is sitting there going like, "What the hell? How is it a foul over here?" But it's not a foul when Shai does it. But when you actually watch the clip back, the content is very different. Shai is completely grabbed across the arms when he goes up. Now, there's no question that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is really good at drawing fouls. He's really good at initiating contact. He's good at selling contact. He's good at getting to the line. And as we all know, because it's common sense, when you are a star, you get preferential treatment compared to, and referees can deny this till they're blue in the face. I remember having a former official on my podcast one time to talk about this, and they will deny, no, there's no such thing. It's just they have the ball in their hands more, so they get more fouls. And that's kind of SGA's point. SGA's like, I just drive a lot. That's why I get a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
No, we know you're a star, and so you're going to get that whistle a little bit more. But again, this was very different from game one. SGA went to the line 9 times. 9 times. Like, that's a decent amount.
Yeah.
But it's not egregious compared to some of the others.
Not egregious, but it's certain calls that were egregious. And in my opinion, when you have a call that egregious in terms of a flagrant on or a technical or a
it was just an offensive foul. Or are you talking about the tech?
The tech.
The tech.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you have something that egregious, like that's the bigger thing to me, like in terms of what people are focused on. And all the other things, I'm sure when that happened for Booker, frustrated in the moment. I'm not trying to defend Booker, but at the same time, I'm like, that was like they literally said, call it, and then they called it.
Yeah, I get Booker's frustration.
I think that's what really set him off.
Mm-hmm.
If that wouldn't have happened, I don't even know if he would have been going off as much as he did. But I think that set the tone of like, okay, this is like pretty bad.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, that particular moment, it doesn't look good. I think, again, I 100% agreed with Book's assessment of that situation. The other play that he's talking about, which is he says there in the clip, like, you guys be the judge, and you look at it and you be the judge. Okay, I looked at it, and my judgment is, yeah, SGA was fouled, so he deserved to go to the line. He was reached across the arm while in a motion going to the basket. He was fouled, so he deserved to go to the foul line. I believe that Booker should not have been called for an offensive foul the play before that Booker had a problem with. I think it should have been a no call. So I disagree with the call on Booker. I don't disagree at all with the call in favor of Shai. And that's the thing, is Shai is unfairly, I think, dragged as a basketball player because of this kind of stuff. Now, I know, again, he does benefit from getting to the line, but I think people have lost the plot in their criticisms. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is so good and so gifted and so talented that we have to find some reason to not like the dude. Okay, we're going to talk about the foul baiting. Luka Doncic went to the line far more than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did this season on average. Luka got to the line more than anyone. You know what else did? Danny Advia of the Portland Trailblazers. Both those guys got to the line more. The difference between what makes Luka despicable, in my opinion, or annoying, in my opinion, compared to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is Luka cries and complains about it the whole time. Now, I'm sure Shai a couple times is like, the ref got, what the hell? Give me that call. I'm used to getting that call. I'm not saying he doesn't do that. But I don't think I think people make a big deal out of it when it's unnecessary. Now, to be fair, it hasn't happened against the Kings in a pivotal moment of a massive game, so I haven't spoken from that perspective yet.
Yeah, I think in this moment, in this isolated moment in this game, I'm not talking about the regular season or anything, I think it's a problem when something that big happens. Like, I don't really care about the call. I'm not really talking about those other calls. I'm talking about the big one that kind of set everything off in terms of why we're even talking about this, I feel. Because it was such a...
The tech is bad.
It's a tech on him trying to save the ball from going up. Like, it's just crazy to me. And then I think, like, that just took away from everything else. And then it set the tone for, like, every other tic-tacky call.
Yeah.
But I'm not even mad at SGA. Like, I'm not even really mad at SGA. Like, my problem is with the refs in a playoff game. I don't care you're playing the Suns. Like, you got to, like, be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, when you are making these types of calls? Like, diligent? Like, I don't know. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, all eyes are on you. And now the NBA is, again, I'm seeing people online be like, oh, this is a joke. This is why I don't turn it in, because it's not, the refs are just calling for the other team and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, that's not really the truth, but I can see how it's a bad look.
Yeah.
In the moment,
The technical foul was not great.
Right.
Dylan Brooks also is never afraid to speak, and he was a little more direct when talking about defending SGA a little bit, calling him a little frail.
I know you were guarding Shea for at least the first 3 quarters of the game. You got in foul trouble there. Just, what is it like having to guard somebody like that, and then how do you, I guess you could say, have to defend better without fouling?
It's a little frail. That's what the refs are going to call. I got to be smarter about it, but, this is the playoffs. It's a man's game. Like, I used to watch this back when Michael Jordan was playing or whoever else when LeBron was younger. Like, it's just physical basketball. I don't get why all the dropping, the throttling, and the flopping, and the flailing, and all this stuff is allowed when we get to the playoffs. Like, leave that for the season, like, for the fans. This is about who's the better team, who's a more witted team. Like, don't decide the games on no free throws. Like, maybe I gotta look back at it and see if they're really fouls, but all I know is when I be watching. I was out for the playoffs, or I've been in the playoffs, or I'd be watching from before I was in the NBA. It's straight physical. It's straight low scoring, physical basketball, and you got to sport a basketball to win or get stops to win. Not just flailing and going to the line and stoppage of play. Like, you got to fix that.
What explanation do you get from the officials when you have that conversation with them?
I can't. You gotta have somebody else because I get too.
Ramsey, we can actually cut out of it now because I know we're up against it. I actually agree with Dylan Brooks' assessment in a way. Dylan was actually really good last night too. He had 30 points. He had a fun back and forth with Shea. The shot at being a little frail is definitely a barb thrown by way in the way of SGA, which is very Dylan Brooks-like, but he's right. In the playoffs, the physicality is supposed to amp up a little bit, and it can be frustrating for a player who is an enforcer like Dylan, who knows in order to stop someone like SGA who's so skilled, you have to be physical with them. You can't let them just get to their spots or they're going to cook you. And when you play with that physicality and the refs don't allow you to play that way because of the player specifically or the team specifically you're playing against, I can imagine that's very frustrating. Just like how a cornerback feels frustrated trying to hand check and battle with a wide receiver like a JSN who just seems to get all the calls going his way, right? Like, I can imagine it's frustrating from a defensive standpoint for Dylan Brooks. So I actually kind of agree with his assessment there.
Yeah, I think it's just frustration, some of it too with Phoenix. Like, that's a frustrating game for them. I mean, it just, the tone afterwards, you could tell. Like, I think SGA is a great player. I mean, he's going to probably be MVP, and I think the frail thing, I wouldn't agree with him being frail, but I get what he's saying. Like, in the playoffs, you want to see physical basketball. Look, we're not in the Michael Jordan era. Like, get over it. Like, that part has changed, and you can't control right now what the NBA is. I'd like to see it get a little tougher, but maybe we'll get to that point. We're seeing better defense with some of these teams. But at this point, like, it is what it is. And, like, that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. And so to point out, like, the fact that SGA is frail, I know he's just doing to poke at him. Mm-hmm. But SGA is there for a reason. And he won a championship for a reason. So
we will take the break. We still have to talk about the Pistons' bounce-back win over the Orlando Magic last night. We'll do that next. Plus, Keldon Johnson wins 6th Man of the Year. Congratulations to him. That's all still to come as Matt and Kayla just getting started here. Switch the order. Who cares? Kayla and Matt just getting started here on Sactown Sports.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or...?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Are you bringing 4 or more to the ballpark? The Sacramento Rivercats Family Fun Pack makes it easy. Get 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 tickets, and 4 Rivercats items bundled together for unbeatable value. Grab your Family Fun Pack today at rivercats.com.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up, mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on, treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting. Only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
At Big O, our ProTech Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance. So tire trouble is no trouble at all. Now through May 5th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or selected Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Plus get an extra $50 in rebates when using your Big O Tires and Service credit card. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
It is NFL Draft Day, ladies and gentlemen. The calm before the storm tonight. Dreams will come true, and that's truly one of my favorite parts about the NFL Draft is just watching all these young men and their families celebrating all of the hard work that they put in to get to the pinnacle of football. So very much looking forward to seeing those celebrations, seeing what happens after my Raiders take Fernando Mendoza #1 overall. Of course, seeing what the Niners decide to do with the 27th pick. Will they be involved in trades? How many first-round trades will there be? There's lots to look forward to in tonight's draft. In the meantime, we're still talking about yesterday's or last night's NBA playoff games. The Thunder have now a 2-0 series lead over the Suns. They're doing what a 1 versus 8 seed or series is supposed to do, or how it's supposed to go. They're up 2-0. Looks like they're on their way to a sweep. Meanwhile, the Detroit Pistons had to bounce back at home last night to beat the Orlando Magic and shed the fear or the concern after that surprising Game 1 loss. That series is now even at a game apiece heading over to Orlando. Kayla, I didn't realize this. With the Pistons' win last night, they snapped an 11-game postseason home losing streak.
I said that on the show.
I'd forgotten
the
it.
day before.
And then they said it on the broadcast.
Don't even listen to me.
I
My
do
co-host
too.
doesn't even listen to me.
I just didn't remember
Damn.
it. And they said it in they made a big deal about it on the broadcast. I was like, oh my God. But I think what blew my mind more is it goes back to 2008.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me how long it's been.
Well, and Orlando has not won a first round I think since like 2010 or something. So
crazy.
Both teams are, what is it, like the poor man's like team, or like poor man of the NBA have been like that as of like the last decade or so.
And they've both had a very strong history of some pretty dominant teams in the East in the past, and then for them to be as bad as they've been for so long is pretty crazy. But I mean, it was a complete opposite game for the Pistons in the sense that defensively, they were really good. They held the Magic to 83 points, 33% shooting from the field, 25% from three-point range. Remember, the Orlando Magic are not a good three-point shooting team unless they're playing the Sacramento Kings for some reason. That's the team that, if you look at like the highest, their best three-point shooting games in recent years, actually, I think it's in franchise history. I think the top three most threes in a game the Magic have had, all three of them are against the Sacramento Kings, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they didn't have that luck against Detroit last night. And offensively, remember Game 1, it was like Cade Cunningham and nobody else. And then this game, while the Pistons didn't surpass 100 points, it was Cade Cunningham and then 6 of his teammates in double figures. So that's an encouraging sign to get more of an impact. I'm still waiting for Jalen Duren to show us a little bit more. He's supposed to be the number 2 to Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, he had only 11 last night, 9 rebounds, 4 assists.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for that, where's his arrival moment?
I almost wonder in these situations. So when obviously Cunningham went out and Duren is kind of the number 2 guy in terms of scoring at least. I feel like when you have a role that you have to kind of flip to when your main guy goes out, this might sound weird because it's like, well, they're pros. They're getting paid all this money. Like, there is a little bit of a period of adjustment again. Mm-hmm. And especially, like, Cunningham didn't come back during the regular season to gear up for the postseason. He came back for Game 1 of the postseason.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes on with, like, the postseason that's different from what you prepare for in a regular game. So I think there's just like a little bit of adjustment probably going on with Detroit. And that's why I think in Game 1, we saw them not play to their identity. I don't think they played like the tougher team. Back to their defense, what they're priding themselves on in terms of Detroit Pistons ball. They got back to that part in yesterday's game. I think it just will take a little bit of time because your best player's back for them to get in a groove. I'm not I'm actually not as concerned about this series as I maybe was in game one, because I was like, this could actually go like to the distance in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, I still have always felt that the Pistons were going to win this series. Now I'm looking at it to, okay, do the Pistons again bounce back from that maybe wake up call loss to Orlando and look like the number 1 seed that's going to make it past Boston and New York and the Cleveland, the Cavaliers? Because in my mind, as good as Cade is, and Cade, you could easily convince me Cade's going to average 30 points a game throughout the playoffs. I'd 100% believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pistons are going to need Duren to be more impactful.
Sure.
If they're going to go the distance and even make it out of the East, let alone actually compete for a title. Like, you look at, I know they're the defending champions, but you look at how Chet Holmgren, and Chet was really good last night for the Thunder, but Chet is very impactful in his own sense to where he doesn't necessarily take over a game. SGA is there to do that. But Chet had 19 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 4 blocks. Now, comparing Chet to Duren, it's not a one-to-one comparison, but there is an obvious impact of Chet Holmgren with the Thunder. There's, of course, an obvious impact of Wemby with the Spurs. I'm waiting to see that Duren, okay, I'm comfortable, I'm here, this is how I can impact the game, this is how I can have an edge, because he's going to go against a lot of centers. In theory, in the path to a title, he's going to have to likely go through at least one center of Jokic, Chet, or Wemby to get there, and we're projecting really far in advance. I'm just still waiting to see a little more from Jalen Duren. He was good yesterday. He was fine. I'm just where's that breakout performance?
He got to have more. I mean, this round maybe not getting to that level will be fine, and they can get past Orlando. But anything beyond that in the East with what they're going to match up with, like it's got to be notched up another level. And that makes me think, because I think when we first came into it before Cade got hurt, they were kind of my favorites in the East and to go deep and everything. And now I'm like kind of in a way reconsidering it just by the way I'm seeing the other teams play in the East.
Who is there now for you?
I mean, I'm still surprisingly like Cavs are like
really
impressing me.
You have Cleveland,
but I didn't say them yet.
Okay,
that their Cavs are impressing me, but they still, it's round one, whatever. I mean, Boston is the experienced team.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me about the Pistons just a little bit. You're talking about Duren and everything, and like, are they a little bit ahead of the game? Like, are they maybe 1 year early in terms of going the distance? They might be with the experience overall, and again, those like pieces that are going to help you really in the end.
You didn't bring up the Knicks, and I think that's interesting.
I'm sorry, that's probably disrespectful.
No, but I think that's what the general feeling is. I think it's people talk about Boston, people talk about Cleveland. The Knicks are there by they're naturally there, but people don't bring them up when talking about the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. And it's interesting to me, but that also speaks to there are certainly high expectations internally and in New York for the Knicks, for Mike Brown.
Yeah.
But just the general view of the Knicks is, no, they're a good team in the East, but they'll probably get got by one of these other teams in the conference finals, or if they even make it that far.
And that's somewhat
just the feel.
On us, too, as people who look at them like that. I look at, I guess, just the Knicks organization and them always getting so close and then just not getting over the finish line. And it worries me because it's like, I think Mike Brown is a good head coach, and that was a risky job to take. I mean, it was a great job to take, but it's also risk involved.
Yeah.
High risk involved. And you look at the players that have to step up in that series, and what do we keep on repeating? Kit Kat bar. Cat.
Yep.
Like, Cat's an issue. We should not be having to repeat ourselves time and time again that Cat needs to be a guy if they want to really, really push it to the end. And I still feel like we're talking about that.
We'll see if it plays out that way.
It's not all on Mike Brown.
No, it's definitely not all on
That's
Mike.
what I'm trying to say.
And that's why I think that, I mean, look, if the Knicks get bounced in the first round, which they're not going to, but if they got bounced in the first round, I think that's the only way that Mike probably loses his job. I think the Knicks would look at Cat before. another coaching change. But hey, what the hell do I know? That's on the other side of the country. Also, real quick, congratulations to Keldon Johnson.
Yes.
He is the NBA Sixth Man of the Year, the first Spur to win it since a guy named Manu Ginobili. Ever heard of him? But this is crazy. He's the first Spur ever, including Manu, the first Spur ever to score 1,000 points in a season off of the bench.
Yeah.
He technically, though, didn't lead the NBA in scoring off the bench. Jaime Jaquez Jr. did. Jaquez Jr. scored more off of the bench than Keldon Johnson did in terms of total points. So that's why I was a little bit surprised to see how big of the gap in voting there was between Jaquez Jr. It's not like it was a landslide necessarily, but Keldon Johnson won by a pretty significant margin, and I think it just comes down to team success.
I think it does. It does come down to team success when it comes overall and you're going against these other people. Not saying any of the other candidates were worthy of it. Not worthy of it, I should say, because we actually did this. I think we picked who we thought. Keldon was our guy we had picked for winning sixth man of the year. I also was listening to his presser that he talked about getting the award, and again, I like to humanize players sometimes because I think they get looked at as like dollar signs a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I really loved what he said and kind of gave a little bit of an openness into what his season's been like. It's probably been one of his toughest, he said. I think his granddad had been fighting cancer. Both his parents, in and out in terms of their health. They haven't really been there to support him as much. So there's just a lot that's gone on in his life in the season. So that's really awesome and rewarding to get an award like that.
From a basketball standpoint, too, he also just had to take a step back. He was the dude. He was a starter. He was one of the main guys. And with of course, the drafting of Wemby and Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper and the trade for De'Aaron Fox, he's had to try and take a back seat. That's why this quote from Victor Wembanyama stands out so much to me. And then we'll go to break. He says, he has sacrificed, this is Wemby, talking about Keldon Johnson. He has sacrificed more than anybody on this team, in my opinion, in terms of stats and playing time, and has outshone everybody on the team because he's the soul of this team. He brings energy no matter what time of the day. He deserves to be sixth man of the year. So pretty glowing words there from his teammate, Victor Wembanyama. Also, I'm doing this to gain brownie points with our program director, Richie, who's a diehard Nuggets fan. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. got disrespected a lot in this voting because he was not even close as a third place, and I think he should have been a little bit closer than he was. We'll take the break. When we come back, hey, I'm glowing today because it's Fernando Mendoza Day. This Raider fan is excited, and I'm always scared when I get excited. But how excited should Las Vegas Raiders fans be if you were to make a movie or to make like a documentary about the Raiders' return to greatness? How this offseason has gone just feels like a really convenient first chapter. I'll explain when we come back before talking about and responding to some of the De'Aaron Fox slander that we heard on the Drive guys yesterday. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to GoodRx.com/weight loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for the Declaration of Deal sales event?
There's no better time to upgrade to a new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab with some of the best fuel economy numbers in the segment. Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP and get 2.9% APR with no payments for 90 days.
Wow, that's savings on savings on savings.
The price of gas has people rethinking what they're driving, and Ram's up to 25 MPG is a win. Plus, thousands in savings with 2.9% interest. Now really is the best time to buy a new Ram truck.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings includes dealer discount and factory rebates. Discounts may include 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of ownership, and 500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit. 2.9% financing for 72 months through Stellantis for well-qualified buyers. $15.15 per thousand borrowed. Deferred payments available on approved credit. Interest accrues from data purchase. Cannot be combined with certain incentives. Excludes Ram 1500 ROH and Tungsten models. 25 MPG based on EPA published rating. See dealer for details.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kayla and I both come from TV backgrounds. So that means that there's always a kind of a storytelling element of how we look at things. And it's always fun to like plan in your mind, hey, what's the next ESPN 30 for 30 documentary going to look like? If I was doing a documentary on this story about this team, how would I start it? What would I do? How would I tell the story? And I was thinking about that last night because today is obviously a massive day for the Raiders. They have the number 1 overall pick. They're taking Fernando Mendoza. The hope amongst Raider Nation, and I can't speak for all of them. I can speak for myself as a forever fan of the Raiders. Grew up a diehard fan of the Raiders. This is very much the day that we're hoping this is the first step or the real step to, okay, get this organization out of just being a dumpster fire, get them some stability. I mean, Derek Carr provided stability for a while and did a pretty good job, and I appreciate Derek Carr for it. But get some real stability and put the Las Vegas Raiders, who are one of the best brands in the NFL. I won't do an Allen Styles argument of top 5 brands in the NFL, but the Raiders, that logo is synonymous with football, and it's international, right? And this is the hope that today is the day that you finally take that step to relevancy. You finally take that step to the Raiders can actually make the playoffs multiple years in a row, compete for division titles multiple years in a row. Oh, of course, yeah, you'd love to see them back in the Super Bowl again and actually competing for a Super Bowl title. It has to start with getting that star, and we know how important the quarterback position is. So Fernando Mendoza knows the pressure of a number 1 overall pick, but he also has the pressure coming in of really truly being looked at as, can he finally be the savior for a franchise that's been in need of saving for almost 2 decades?
Yeah, it's actually amazing like how drafting a quarterback, especially number 1 overall, can rejuvenate a franchise in terms of their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I went through it last year in Tennessee, and while I would probably argue Cam Ward did not get near as much hype as any other number 1 quarterback that was drafted, it it locally energized the fan base because I was in it every day leading up to the draft, and they knew Fernando, they knew they were going to take Cam pretty much. Like, there were rumors out there for a while, Shador, but obviously it ended up being Cam. And so there was a lot of excitement to start the season because of just that. Like, because they feel they found their franchise quarterback. Now, there obviously went through a lot of ups and downs in year one. They fired the coach, 4, 5, 6 games into the season. I can't specifically remember.
Right.
But the hope was always, and the excitement was always with Cam, even through some of the hard times with him. I look at the Raiders organization, what they're doing. They've revamped the line a little. There's still questions on the line. There's still proof that needs to be had that they're ready to protect a young guy like Fernando. But what they've done that's different, in my eyes, and what they've stuck to, and whether you like it or not, is the fact that they went and brought in a veteran quarterback who has worked with the head coach, who they are probably going to start for at least a handful of games, and they're going to actually give Fernando time to get comfortable, to get the line right. And again, I know you're not a huge fan of it.
That's just impatience.
I know it is, but it's the right move because I watched what happened in Tennessee with their new quarterback and all the excitement came in with it. And then it was like he wasn't doing exactly what people expected from the get-go. Now, they gave him leeway because people believe in Cam there.
Sure.
But it's hard sometimes, especially with a Raiders organization that expects things to change. So they've done a really good job of setting up their number 1 overall draft pick about, 8 hours from now?
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza, to, I think, at least give some time for him to be successful while still maintaining that excitement that you got the guy.
And that's the big thing with this offseason for me with the Raiders is they didn't wait until Fernando was here to start making changes.
Right.
They've prepared for him with, you talked about bringing in Kirk Cousins to essentially mentor him. Not to mention Tom Brady is a minority owner.
Yeah.
While I'm not naive enough to think that Tom Brady's going to be in the lab with him every single day working like he's a quarterback coach. Of course Tom's going to be involved in it.
Sure.
Of course he is.
Linderbaum, they went out and got the best center available.
Right. I mean, you brought your head coach in Clint Kubiak knowing full well, like, we're going to get Fernando. We're looking for the right coach for Fernando.
Exactly.
Linderbaum, you address the line to protect Fernando, of course, as well as, like, it's not just about Fernando, too. It's, okay, how can we get a line that can allow us to get Ashton Genty going, who we spent our first-round pick on last year, right? So there's and then the whole Max Crosby thing. The whole Max Crosby thing plays out the way it does. Again, I start thinking about it in terms of like a 30 for 30 documentary, the return of the Raiders, however you want to title it. Chapter 1 is the offseason that the Raiders have put together.
Yep.
They got the first overall pick, finally. They get their franchise quarterback that they've been looking for since Derek Carr was done. But really, even the last couple of years of Derek Carr is like, all right, you probably need a new franchise quarterback. Finally, you got him. You had your disgruntled star who wanted out is now so angry at how he was treated by the team that should have and kind of traded for him that now he's ready to get back with you and put the rest of the league on notice. Like, it's all writing itself. And
it's going to take time, though.
Of course it is.
It's definitely, like, I always tell people, living in the moment, like, getting excited about things, have patience because it will take time.
Yeah.
And there'll be some frustrating moments.
Oh, of course.
But it is, like, to get a quarterback that you truly believe in, and I really do believe they believe in Fernando, that just changes so much. Hopefully it will pay off, right? And everything will work out the way it's supposed to with him being the quarterback. But it's just going to take a little time.
Well, no one's expecting it to be built in a day necessarily or turned around right away. As impatient as Raider fans are, I think we're realistic to that. I think, speaking for me as a Raider fan, I'm just excited that we're not seeing duct tape being used. It's now, okay, this is we're getting some real bricks in here to build this. We're not, Geno Smith was duct tape. Jimmy Garoppolo was duct tape. Pete Carroll's a head coach, and I have all the respect for him. It was duct tape. Now you have like legitimate building blocks too. I could see the Raiders going just under 500 this season. But hopefully if things develop the right way, then next offseason you add another layer of bricks.
Yep.
Now you're 10-7 or 9-8 or whatever the hell it is. Okay, and you add another layer. Boom, now you're a potential contender. Like, that's realistic. We haven't had a roadmap like that in Las Vegas or with the Raiders, period, in a long time. So it's nice to see that roadmap.
Yep.
And here's one thing I got to say about the Raiders. As you know, I'm a Raiders fan myself, is I don't want to see the duct tape, but I want to see how all the pieces they picked up on defense put themselves together and how that looks. Because, as you know, Matt, being a Raiders fan, it's not more so the offense. You're always cautious with the defense and see where that goes. And I hope these pieces they did pick up are something that can be put together, can be positive, and definitely move them above and beyond 3 wins that they had last season.
I'm just excited to get to a point with the Raiders where it's not one over the other. It's you can build everything to at least be good at the same time. Because it's always been, the offense is really good, or the defense is bad. Oh, the defense is playing well, but the offense is struggling. Special teams, yikes. Like, it's always something. And I know it's hard to build a complete team, but you're on the right path to starting to do that. And that's what begins with Fernando Mendoza Day today, as he will be drafted number 1 overall. And even still, as a Raider fan, I will be frustrated when they put 10 minutes on the clock to start the freaking draft. Just draft him and move on, because I'm curious what happens picks 2 through 32. We'll talk about that more a little bit later on. We'll take the break right now. To start hour number 2, though, got to address some of the things that were said about De'Aaron Fox, the De'Aaron Fox slander from my guys Alan Stiles and Whitey Gleason on yesterday's show. It's all in fun, guys. It's not that serious, but it is around former Sacramento King De'Aaron Fox, who, of course, I am a big fan of. We'll talk about that when we come back, get Kayla's opinion on all of it as well. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
NFL Draft Week is here. Will Fernando Mendoza become the next franchise QB for the Raiders? With Trent Williams locked down, can the 49ers add more defensive help to support Brock Purdy? It all starts Thursday night in Pittsburgh. Stay locked into Sactown Sports 1140 and SactownSports.com for the latest news from around the NFL. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo.
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1, or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back to Matt and Kayla here on NFL Draft Day, hour number 2 of the show. And look at us. We got some company in studio. Kayla's dad is joining us right now, hanging out for a little while. A pleasure to have him in. Now you have to behave yourself, Kayla. So watch.
Oh, no.
Watch it. No, it gets worse. You act up more? Oh, God, I'm in trouble.
My dad's used to it by now.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dad, you can, come closer. Look at him.
He's sitting all the way. Well, yeah, I would be sitting back from you. There's a reason why there's a
ever.
table between us. I got to sit back when you get going. I get scared over here.
He's literally 6 feet from the microphone.
All the way back. Stay
headphones.
all the way back. Well, your dad gets to tune in to now watch me yell about De'Aaron Fox. In reality, it's not going to be that much yelling. It's all based in fun. I was going back and forth with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles while they were on the air yesterday, and I'm just texting them just to show that I'm one of our listeners. I'm just like the callers, just like the texters out there. I'm constantly listening to the shows, being involved in the shows as much as possible. Those are my guys, and I know Alan and I were having a lot of fun with the De'Aaron Fox talk yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But there were some things said that I do want to address. A opinion by Whitey that I think is crazy.
Whitey?
Oh, Whitey had the copium of all copium yesterday when talking about De'Aaron Fox. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. Allen also, I don't know if he misspoke, but he definitely misrepresented what things were like when De'Aaron Fox was here in Sacramento that I want to get to. Let me address this right off the jump, though, because we talked about this to start yesterday's show, but I know not everybody heard all that necessarily. This is not going to be a Matt pretends that game 2 against the Blazers did not happen. There is no doubt that De'Aaron Fox, who is paid as much money as he is, to be the number 2 guy there, to be the second star, to be the guy, to be the Robin to Wemby's Batman. When Wemby goes down with a concussion, like you talked about earlier, it's absolutely a fact. When you lose a star in the middle of the game and you have to adapt, you have to adjust, that's not always easy to do. But we were talking about that in the circumstance of a Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham. We're talking less experienced teams, right? Fox is a veteran.
Sure.
That was a time for De'Aaron Fox to step up, and 100%. He did. He went 1 of 6 in the fourth quarter. The Spurs lost that game. He is definitely worthy of criticism for that moment. That is what you're paid to do. Yeah. That is your job, and in that game, you did not do it. Now, Stephon Castle also struggled. Devin Vassell also struggled. None of those 3 shot well in the fourth quarter, but the spotlight is going to be brightest on De'Aaron compared to those 2. 1, because of the money he makes, and 2, because of his experience in the league. So I want to clarify that right off the jump before people think I'm just making excuses for the guy.
Yeah.
The issue that I have with what I'm seeing, the conversations that I'm seeing around De'Aaron Fox, is everybody is taking one game, and I know it's recency bias, and this is what we do in sports. We overreact to one game, and even Whitey and Allen kind of admitted to that in their own way. Yeah. I certainly do it. We all do it, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's very common. But I just want to make sure that we remember who the hell De'Aaron Fox is and what De'Aaron Fox has done. And we can go back to times when he was here in Sacramento. We can talk about what he's done this season with, and especially without, Victor Wembanyama. But I'm seeing a lot of people writing De'Aaron Fox off, talking about he's not even the second option on that team anymore. He's the third best player behind Stephon Castle. I'm seeing all this stuff about how much he's being paid and things like that, and talking about he can't get it done in the playoffs. He's not that guy in the playoffs, completely ignoring the fact. And I sent these numbers to Whitey and Allen, and they didn't bring it up on the air conveniently.
Can I step in real quick before you do these numbers? I just want it from a neutral perspective.
Yep.
And because I did not know De'Aaron, I did not cover De'Aaron, I did not talk about De'Aaron. Mm-hmm. I find it a little convenient that right now, after one game where he had a bad game, let's just say it and tell it how it is, that there are so many people that are jumping on the opportunity to blast him when there are other stars in the league that have had some not great first games, right? I mean, it's a little interesting, and I feel like it is also let's just chill our jets a little bit, because I feel like he's going to be able to bounce back and make himself relevant again.
Yes.
And bring the topic away. But because we're in Sacramento, and because this is recent, and because there's still a lot of people that have opinions about De'Aaron Fox, I think this is a way bigger moment that we're attacking the situation.
Yeah, it's a polarizing topic, especially here in Sacramento, because of De'Aaron spending his entire career here in Sacramento, how everything ended. People still feel a certain type of way about that, although I think the way things have played out since De'Aaron and Mike Brown have left should be a perfect indication for people of what actually went wrong here. I'm not saying anybody is perfectly blameless and that De'Aaron is a victim in all of this. He's not.
Does he have more haters here? Or people that are like, oh, we get you because the organization has kind of done this.
I think most vocal people are more against De'Aaron than they are for him, but that speaks for a pocket of fans.
Okay.
But I think in general, like when we speak out about things or when we leave reviews on Amazon, is it typically, I love this product or, this sucks? Like it's typically how it goes. I'm going to leave a Yelp review.
To be annoyed.
Exactly.
To share our annoyance.
So, but people still feel a certain type of way about De'Aaron Fox here.
Yep.
I also know whether you like a player or not, when you see a player move on and wear another jersey, you don't want to see them do as well as they did here in Sacramento because it just makes yourself feel a little bit better, right?
Sure.
And De'Aaron also knows, just like Mike Brown knows, that when you leave Sacramento and you join the Spurs, who now have championship expectations, and you're going to be on a massive spotlight, and Mike Brown goes to the Knicks, you know. There's going to be out of the frying pan into the fryer, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be expectations that come with that, to which De'Aaron did not live up to in game 2. But people are taking one game and making all these generalizations based off of one game. So allow me to give you another one game, which people apparently say that doesn't matter because it's just one game, but this game matters because it's just one game.
Picking and choosing.
De'Aaron Fox scored 38 points in his playoff debut here in Sacramento. He didn't do it against the Portland Trail Blazers, who were breaking into the NBA playoffs for the first time in years. He did it against the defending champion Golden State Warriors. It's the second highest playoff debut in NBA history. And I already know, I don't have to read the comment section. I already know what the response is going to be. Matt, that was years ago. We're talking about what happened yesterday. Yes, but if we're drawing one-game sample sizes from things, you have to acknowledge both sides because people are writing De'Aaron Fox off as he's not that guy. He can't get it done. The lights might be a little too bright. These are things that Allen and Whitey were talking about yesterday. But he's proven when he's played 2 playoff games in San Antonio. He played 7 for Sacramento. And he was really good in all those games until he had his freaking hand broken. That's why the Kings lost that series. De'Aaron put the team on his back. Domantas Sabonis struggled mightily in that series. Keegan Murray was shooting halfway decent. Harrison Barnes missed a game winner. De'Aaron fought through injury and balled out in that series. There's a reason why what De'Aaron has done.
I thought it was look. We all pick on each other on the shows.
Yes,
you guys
we have
know
fun
this.
with
We
it.
have fun. We all love each other. We like to pick on each other because we're all very different in terms of shows, right?
This is all in fun. It's not, there's no bad blood anywhere.
But I'll be honest, I was like, okay, now when they came storming on Fox yesterday, I was like, all right, now this is one game. And in its own right, a weird game because they lost their superstar. And really, the guy that we've talked about all season long since he's gotten healthy is Wemby, right? And they lost him. And everything, I'm not making an excuse. Let me make that clear. But it was a weird game when he left, right? There's no doubt about it. It changed the tone of the San Antonio Spurs.
Right.
But it was one game. And I just want to say, let's just pump the brakes for a second. Now, if in this next game, he is, and I don't know if Wemby's going to play or not yet. Wemby traveled. But I
sounds
don't
like
know.
he's going to go, but we don't know.
And maybe it won't give us the platform to maybe do that.
Sure.
But as long as De'Aaron Fox does what he needs to do to help them get to the finals, we shouldn't have to be having this conversation again. Now, if he completely goes MIA from here on out, then we've got a problem because, yes, you are on a really good team. You are on a team that could technically maybe even beat OKC, right? They've been your pick here in the last month or so.
They
to
played
win it
OKC
all.
during the season better than anybody else.
Exactly.
Not
And
even close.
I think they have a chance to win it all. So there is more on De'Aaron Fox too.
Sure.
Because he is on a big-time team that has the opportunity now to go to the finals.
Well, regardless if Wemby plays or not, there are going to be moments for the rest of the season or the rest of the playoffs where De'Aaron will have to step up more.
100%.
Because Wemby, believe it or not, it seems like Wemby can do it all, but he can't. These are the playoffs.
You don't need Wemby to do it all.
Right. And you don't want to run the dude into the ground.
Right.
You don't want him to get hurt, right?
Exactly.
He's going to need help. And De'Aaron and Harrison Barnes are two of the guys with the playoff experience on that team that the Spurs are going to need to lean on at some point or another. So De'Aaron absolutely has to do better and has to improve going forward. There's nobody questioning that.
Right.
But I've also seen, again, based off of one game, I've seen people saying, well, Fox can't get it done without Wemby, ignoring the fact that there was a massive stretch earlier in the season, Kayla, including a good portion of their NBA Cup run.
We brought up yesterday.
Where Wemby was hurt the entire time. Here's a number for you. Again, sent this to the afternoon show. They didn't talk about it, and that's okay.
We will.
Fox, let's see. This season without Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox averaged 24.6 points, 6.2 assists, and 4.4 rebounds. He played really well, became the guy, and led that team in San Antonio when Wemby was out. Now, does that mean that there weren't games where Stephon Castle outscored him? No, of course not. There were games in Sacramento where Keegan Murray had a 40-something career-high point game before De'Aaron Fox
47.
did.
Yep.
47. Like, that don't mean nothing. Now, Stephon Castle's a really good player. And if you want to tell me, again, if you're joining me from the future, hi, I'm Matt George from the future, and I'm telling you that in 2 years from now, Stephon Castle is going to be the guy, and De'Aaron Fox is either going to be traded or at the end of his contract, he's going to become a free agent and go somewhere else. I could see a very, very... I could see that absolutely happening. In fact, if things go right for San Antonio, that's probably what will or should happen.
Yeah.
But where we're at right now, De'Aaron is absolutely the number 2 guy there. He didn't step up in that moment, but to completely write him off and suggest that he hasn't been doing this during the season when Wemby's been in and out of the lineup is silly. Of course, he has to do it in the playoffs, but one playoff game doesn't erase all the context of the regular season or what you did in game 1.
What was the reaction? Because I know when that happened that night, I think you put out a tweet and said something along the lines of like, their fans aren't going to be too happy with Fox. I think you...
I didn't put out a tweet, but I saw all the reactions on social media.
Who put out a tweet then on the show?
Probably Alan.
Okay, because somebody did, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Have you looked at any of the feedback from Spurs fans?
Yeah, they were frustrated.
Okay, so they were frustrated
for sure.
specifically, like De'Aaron needed to step up.
Yeah, you missed those shots. We need you to step up there, guy.
But most of the season, fans, again, you're closer to the situation where you probably see a little bit more of the San Antonio fans. Have they been happy with De'Aaron Fox? Or
I can't speak to the whole season. I know they loved him during the Cup run.
Okay.
I do remember vividly there was a game, and I don't remember who exactly it was against, but I remember there was a game that De'Aaron did not shoot well, and I know he got some criticism for it, and it was a pretty big game towards the end of the season.
Is this because of the money when it comes down to it?
Well, I think absolutely the money has a big thing to play into it, and that plays into the copium comment from Whitey Gleason.
Right.
Whitey said, the Kings dodged a bullet by not paying him.
Okay.
And I think that is a laughable statement. I think kind of maybe a little bit of what Whitey Gleason is trying to say. And is it fair to question whether or not De'Aaron Fox is worth the max contract that he got? Absolutely, it's fair to question that. We are questioning whether or not he should have got it here in Sacramento. But to say the Kings dodged a bullet is laughable. And my response to that is, sure, they dodged a bullet by jumping on a grenade. Because look how this organization has completely self-destructed since they chose the wrong side. Y'all, like that's the reality of the situation. And again, if you want to get in the comment section, go, Matt, move on. You keep bringing this up. Hey, people talking about De'Aaron Fox, this is the side of the story that needs to be talked about. Or this is the side of the conversation that needs to be brought up. Because it's really easy to bag on De'Aaron Fox after a bad game. Very easy to do. But the Kings turned De'Aaron Fox into a much worse player on a worse contract at the time who does not want to be here. And now it's gotten to a point where I've heard Allen using the fact that the Kings are now in a position to have a good draft pick this season as a defense for the move. What the hell are we talking about here? The Kings stumbled into being so bad. They were so bad this year, so woefully terrible this year, they stumbled into a position where they can finally execute a rebuild, and they can finally, potentially, hopefully get a good draft pick in the lottery on Mother's Day.
So he said that
He's saying because the Kings traded Fox, it got them to the position they needed to get in by being so bad that now they're going to get a good draft pick to get their star.
Unfortunately,
what in the world?
You would have ended up in this situation regardless.
Oh, I don't think so. I think if you kept Mike Brown and you kept De'Aaron Fox, which De'Aaron left because the Kings fired Mike Brown, who was his 4th coach in 6 years. That's why De'Aaron left. He wanted out because of that.
Nobody directly, though, is going to affect something like that.
Well, I think if you don't fire Mike Brown, which they never should have done, and you therefore don't lose De'Aaron Fox, if you pay De'Aaron Fox instead of letting him walk there, the Sacramento Kings are in a significantly better position right now.
So he's
than
saying
they are
that
currently.
he likes the fact that they're in this position so that they can get a top draft.
Well, he's saying now the Kings are in a position that I agree they need to be in.
Mm-hmm.
They now need to rebuild. But what I said at the time of when the Kings were trading or looking to trade De'Aaron Fox is, you're the Sacramento Kings. You cannot afford to get this wrong. Franchise players don't grow on trees, and the Sacramento Kings have a track record of not being able to develop their own talent.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's DeMarcus Cousins, it's De'Aaron Fox, it's kind of Keegan Murray who made it to his 2nd contract. Go through the list of Kings drafts and look at how many of those guys actually made it to 2nd contracts in Sacramento. You can count it on one hand.
And that's the whole thing. It's never going to change if they can't start doing that.
Whether fans like it or not, De'Aaron Fox is the best star and the best player that they have had since the Weber, Vlade, Bibby days. And if you want to bring up DeMarcus Cousins, you absolutely can. His numbers were phenomenal, and he was a multi-time All-Star. He didn't do anything here. Now, part of that was because the Kings could have done a better job building around him to that point. But people use that as an argument against De'Aaron Fox. He needed Domantas Sabonis to get... Well, look at DeMarcus Cousins. We were all screaming for DeMarcus to get some help. And when he finally did, he got viral meningitis, and they fired the coach afterwards. We know that was a Kings mistake, not a DeMarcus mistake. But the reality is this organization is a tremendously worse position because of how they handled the De'Aaron Fox situation. Okay, that's over with. That's done with. That's fine. Now here are the Kings, and hopefully, my hope is that on draft night, they will take a player that's going to be 2 times the player that De'Aaron Fox is, because that's what we all need at this point.
Yep.
But as someone who covered De'Aaron his entire time here in Sacramento, who's a fan of De'Aaron, got to know De'Aaron, and also appreciates who he is as a basketball player and what he did for Sacramento, I'm not here for the slander based off of one game. I just hope people keep that same energy, because I know Allen's kind of doing a bit, and Whitey kind of called him out on it a little bit in their own kind of fun, friendly way, but Allen had a lot of fun hating on De'Aaron Fox yesterday. And all I'm saying is if De'Aaron Fox has a good game 3 or a good game 4 or whenever at any point he steps up during these playoffs, you better keep that same energy. You better keep that same energy, because he's going to do it. He's shown us more often than not that that's the kind of player that he is. And him playing with Victor Wembanyama is not a bad thing. People talk about it the same way they talk about Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors around here, for God's sakes. It's not the same thing. This organization pivoted in a direction, and De'Aaron sniffed it out just like I sniffed it out. Here we go again. You're firing another coach. This Kings team is going back into the ineptitude that they're known for, this organization. De'Aaron wanted out. What point guard, what player wouldn't look at Wemby and the Spurs, a stable organization, by the way, and go, that's an opportunity that I need to jump at? And that's where he went. And one of the things that Allen said yesterday that I think it was a gross representation of what De'Aaron Fox was saying when he was here. Allen said Fox was telling us when he was here he wasn't the guy because he was asking for help. No, Fox has eyes just like we all have eyes. And we watch the Kings year after year after year get killed because they didn't have wing depth. They didn't have forward depth. So De'Aaron was asking for more wing and forward depth. And the Kings never addressed it. And therefore they never got better. And then they blamed the coach for it. And De'Aaron said, fine, I'm out too. So, again, the way it ended wasn't great. De'Aaron certainly is responsible for some of the things going wrong, and he's definitely responsible for the Kings, or partially responsible at least, for the Kings not getting what they needed to get back for him. But the problem didn't go away when De'Aaron left, y'all. That's the point. Yeah. And now he's balling out in San Antonio. He had a bad game. He better step up in game 3 because the noise is only going to get louder for how much he's being paid and what he needs to do for a championship contender.
Yep. I get it. I mean, I get that you guys, in terms of what's happened to this organization year after year, it's always something. There's always some sort of player that you're keeping watch at the next spot and keeping tabs on, or are they performing or are they not performing? And again, I bring this point up, and I think I brought it up maybe a few weeks ago. Like, hopefully we get to the point as people who talk about the Kings, as fans of the Kings, that we don't have to go off on situations like this so much because we are focused on the team that is at hand that is hopefully in the playoffs or starting to make a run, because it is crazy how much these other players dictate conversation in this market. Like, it's wild to me. Like, it's and I get it. Like, it's not like I don't get it, but it is crazy because it's just like year after year, it seems like there's one player after another that's going to another place and that's making some sort of impact, or that we feel more like, again, they're in the postseason, so of course we're going to talk about them because it's the NBA playoffs. Like, but I'm hoping and praying for this organization that we can get to the point where we don't have to bring up what Keon Ellis is doing for the Cavs in the playoffs or what, De'Aaron did or didn't do. And again, I understand it, but it's crazy that that's what this organization, like, we have to go to right now because there's nothing else to really talk about except for the success of former players.
Welcome to the every single year. It's what are former Kings doing in the playoffs? It's like a game. It's a really
and then it's got to change.
You're dang right.
So hopefully Scott's listening and saying, "I don't want to hear this either."
Hey, Scott got nothing to do with it though. Scott's there going, "This is before me."
No,
man.
and I agree. That's what I'm saying. Because Scott, I think Scott has a vision.
Yeah,
and I hope he has a vision.
Scott, by the way, helped draft De'Aaron Fox.
Right. And so I hope for his sake, he's like, man, I am learning from all these moments so that we do not exactly do what was happening every other year. This guy's gone. Now the coach is gone. Now you bring in this guy.
Right.
This guy doesn't get it's a never ending chain.
Yeah. You got to just shift the blame.
Right.
It's just we shift the blame. And that's what's funny to me with this whole saga, to continue the pattern too, is I see so many people that have been in our comment section dragging the organization all year.
Oh,
but as soon as you bring up De'Aaron Fox, it's De'Aaron Fox's fault, not the organization's fault.
It is interesting.
That
is interesting.
It's wild to me. And I see these comments.
No, you're right on that.
I'm going to address this really quickly, and then we're going to move on because it's a fun day, and this is a past conversation. Sean Maller talking about De'Aaron Fox is a snake. This is a term that's been labeled, that's been placed upon Fox based off of how everything's gone on. And there are friends of mine in this market that have said the same thing. And I could not disagree more. Let me reiterate to you what went down. And we all know this is how it's happened since everything has played out. In the moment we speculated, now we know. De'Aaron Fox told the Kings when they were hesitant to give Mike Brown an extension. He told the Kings, I am not playing for another coach. I'm not doing it. He's my fourth one in 6 years. We have success. Pay him. Extend him. There were other players that disagreed with that. Okay, so the Kings give Mike Brown that extension. The season goes the way it's going. Is Mike Brown blameless for it? No. But the one thing they blame Mike Brown for more than anything was Keon Ellis. And guess what? Doug Christie and Scott Perry did the exact same thing with Keon that Mike Brown was doing in the past regime. Okay, so Keon Ellis is gone, but whatever. So Mike Brown is fired. De'Aaron Fox has to take the fall for it because the general manager, who we don't believe even made the call, refuses to do a press conference about it. So De'Aaron Fox is the one that's being asked questions about it. He's left out to dry by the organization to answer questions about it. There is no press conference until months later after De'Aaron Fox is traded. Meanwhile, everybody's drawing speculation to De'Aaron got Mike Brown fired because the day before Mike was fired, he called out De'Aaron in the media after De'Aaron's bad foul on Jaden Ivey in a 4-point play.
So it was a bad look, but it wasn't really that.
So De'Aaron is hung out to dry by the organization, says, screw this. They called my bluff. It's not a bluff. I'm not playing for another coach. This organization won't get out its own way, and they're letting me take the fall for it? Hell no. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Why do we blame the guy for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they chose to force a trade for Zach LaVine to make it happen rather than waiting to the offseason and letting Scott Perry handle it, which they always should have done.
Yeah,
and they never did that. That's not Fox's fault.
It's one thing that I do, and that's the one thing that I do not understand. Like, Sacramento fans have had an issue with things in the past with how things have been ran.
Yes.
And they're very vocal about that. Absolutely. And you have a right to be. But it is a little weird that, like, this is different. Like, it's almost like Fox has been painted as the ultimate villain, and, like, the organization then had nothing to do with what happened, but everything else they've had to do with it.
We needed someone
So
to
it's
blame.
almost just like, what player did we want to pick to be? Because it's not like that any guy like Keon or anything. They're all mad because of what the organization did to Keon. It is interesting. It's something we'll continue to talk about because he's going to continue to be in the playoffs, I'm sure. So
I would, truth be told,
But
as a De'Aaron Fox fan,
it is-
I would rather not have to talk about it anymore because I look forward to talking about like AJ DeBonsa or the
Well,
next
eventually.
star that comes in and does better than De'Aaron Fox ever did here. That's
Yeah.
genuinely what I'm hoping for. We'll take the break. When we come back, speaking of drafts, well, let's talk NFL draft. Let's talk what the San Francisco 49ers might do with the 27th pick. Newsflash, 5 major media outlets all have them taking a different guy.
Yep.
It's the fun of draft day. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Are you looking for a night out that actually delivers? Grab your friends and head to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. We've got cold drinks, great vibes, and live baseball all in one place. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Sacramento! Now you got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
One of the things I love the most about the NFL draft is not just watching these young men's dreams come true, but also watch the reality of like these guys are now millionaires, like especially guys that are taken in the first round. Like you are a million, you've made it, right? And you're going to be able to take care of your family, hopefully if you manage your money correctly, which I know, thank God, the NFL, the NBA, all these professional sports leagues are providing so many more resources nowadays to help these young men.
No more 30 for 30s called broke.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a Ryan Leaf documentary.
Even in women's sports too, like young men, young women, you have this life-changing money at a young age. Here's how you handle it. Here's how you invest it. Here's how you handle it responsibly so you have less of those stories and you certainly don't get taken advantage of. But all that being said, none, including Fernando Mendoza, none of them are going to make as much money tonight as I just made from De'Aaron Fox paying me for everything that I said. I'm on De'Aaron Fox's payroll.
Ooh,
Clutch Sports.
I would actually love some extra money. So De'Aaron,
I'll
can I get on that?
No,
payroll
I'll just
okay.
transfer you a few $100,000 too.
I do need that, so that'd be great.
Clutch is paying me, and then when I defend anything that the Kings do, also Vivek's paying me at the same time too.
Oh,
so I'm double
big
dipping.
Time money, man.
I'm double dipping. I actually do this for fun.
I guess you can go to Disney again.
I have like
stay
7
in that nice
houses.
Hotel.
Well, hell, Kings fans are trying to send me to Disney for the draft lottery.
That's
They're like, hey,
right.
go to Disneyland for draft lottery so something good will happen.
Something good happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the context, Kayla's dad's in studio with us. For the context, the Kings were terrible this season, but the one patch when I went to Disneyland on a vacation, they randomly won like 2 games in a row, and they were really good games. So everyone told me just to stay in Disneyland. And then I came back, and the game they came back, I think the Kings lost by like 35 points.
But the weird thing is we started on air and they won 4 straight.
Yeah, it was very strange. And remember, I was worried. At the time. I was like, "Oh my God, are they like? Is the tank?
Yeah.
What is happening?" And
Matt was about to call it sick because he's like, "We can't have this going on."
Yeah, I got to go back to Disneyland to reverse jinx it.
Yeah.
No, then they won like 16 or lost 16 straight or something like that. So, but yes, I'm happily on the payroll of De'Aaron Fox and Clutch Sports. So thanks for the payday, and thanks for everybody for listening in to me shill. It is the NFL draft, and we are very anxiously waiting to see what the Niners are going to do at 27. So, Kayla, today, everyone dropped final first-round mock drafts, and they're everywhere.
I'm kind of over it.
They're all titled the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love looking at these because I like to see, okay, if are there connections, right?
Yeah.
Like Caleb Lamu, for example, has been a guy that we've heard talked about a lot for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
So if there were 3 or 4 different mock drafts having Caleb Lamu, I'd be like, okay, really put a gold star next to him. There's a very good chance, based off of probably something they heard at workouts, at the top 30 workouts or whatever, that he might be the guy. Well, nobody knows what in the hell the Niners are going to do.
Nope.
So I can go through these.
I mean, I would, if you want to, I can just
Please,
talk about each
go
one
for
of
it.
them.
Fire away.
If you want to bring them up, and then I can just kind of give my opinions on them real quick.
The Athletic is the only publication that has Caleb Lamu, offensive tackle out of Utah, going to the Niners at 27.
Right,
so
and there's individual draft analysts that have him as well.
Right.
But these are outlets
yes.
specifically.
This is the final drafts that I saw, final mock drafts on each of these outlets. We have The Athletic, Yahoo, NFL.com, CBS, and ESPN. They're final mock drafts they dropped this morning.
So what I'll say about The Athletic, first of all, love The Athletic. If you have a chance to subscribe, you should. They do have some great writers that are over there. Caleb Lamu is not the first time that I've seen him obviously mocked to the 49ers. Like I said, there's individual analysts that have him mocked to the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question coming up in my draft game about how many linemen could go. I think there might be quite a few.
Yeah.
This is if this guy does indeed fall to them at 27, there's a very good chance I feel like they could go out and get him.
Mm-hmm.
I know Trent Williams is back. I've said, this is great for this year that they're bringing the gang back together again. But I'm going to say this right now. If they don't get it done this year, that core will be broken up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much longer Trent has it in him in terms of health and every year being that guy. He signed, I think, an extension of, was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years to take him to 39
Which
years
is
old.
fine. But if you can go get your future guy in terms of a tackle spot and let him kind of slowly get to that point where he's ready to go, if he's worth it, go get him at 27. So I actually don't hate that if he is at that spot, Matt.
Yeah. The Yahoo also sees the Niners going offensive tackle. They have Blake Miller, though, out of Clemson that they have going there. So I think a lot of us, offensive tackle feels like the fallback. It feels like a really, really strong plan B. We don't know what plan A is necessarily. We'd imagine it might be going edge, right? And
Yeah.
who knows if the best edges are going to be there at 27. But offensive tackle feels like the really good fallback plan. Almost the way we kind of talked about with the Kings. Like, they would love to get a Caleb Wilson or an AJ DeBonsa, but if they fall to 6, hey, one of these point guards is in the point guard position is a need. It's a really good fallback plan. Maybe that's how the Niners feel about offensive line and offensive tackle.
I'm shocked, though, because on this final mock draft for these outlets, there are 1, 2, 3 in terms of like playmaking positions.
Yes.
And one of those we have not talked a lot about, but CBS has mocked Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a freak.
I've seen him. Most people have him going like 10 to 15.
Right. This guy could be very, very special. And I know how tight ends are utilized in Kyle Shanahan's system.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be shocking by any means, because I see here in the note is if they can trade down.
Well, they basically what CBS was talking about when like if Kenyon Sadiq like were to fall to them at 27, that's the type of player that they would be like, screw it, we're waiting for a player like that to fall. Although him falling to 27 would be insane to me.
He's
but
so good.
They have him mocked there, but it was very clear in their write-up. CBS seems to think that it's in the best interest of the Niners to, like you talked about yesterday, trade down, maybe try to pick up another couple draft picks because they don't have a third rounder, maybe try and pick up another couple draft picks, and then maybe address your offensive line or your wide receiver in the second round.
For sure. There is a chance they could trade down, absolutely, because they're towards the bottom of the draft anyway, and they want more picks. They've got 6 picks in this draft, I believe. They have no third rounder.
Yes, a first, a second, 4 fourths, and
which
I
is
think
not
a
bad.
5th.
Yeah, but gosh, if they could even pick up a third somehow, that would be huge. The other 2 are wide receivers. So there are no edges mocked in terms of these drafts.
Because they probably aren't going to be there, right?
The good ones, the worthy ones, absolutely, because I think those are all going to go pretty early. So do you take best available? And we heard John Lynch talk about it at the start of the week. He said there is an opportunity, what we're in right now as an organization, we could take best available. Well, one of those might be a wide receiver. You've got ESPN mocking Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana, really like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy that I've talked about the most.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he is a Washington Husky dad. I know, we're Cougs over there. My dad has his Wazoo shirt on, but I absolutely love Denzel Boston. I've been
yak.
Yeah, he's a yak daddy. That's what I called A.J. Brown when he was with the Titans. Maybe he could be the yak daddy for the 49ers. But in all honesty, I think he could really be a weapon for Brock Purdy in that offense. They need a guy that can get yards after catch. We are still like uncertain of the future of that wide receiver position, you know, with Evans being older and I'm just
with
blanking.
Kirk and Pearsall.
With Ricky Pearsall,
Robinson.
we still have yet to be proved like he has not been that guy.
Yeah.
So that's still a question mark.
It just feels like, in my mind, I understand, because we talked about this a lot with Nick Wagner. He looks at this draft as an opportunity to help fill some holes for sure, like you look at every single draft.
Sure.
But also the next era of Niner football, it's not all going to come from one draft class, but eventually Kittle's going to have to pass the torch.
Absolutely.
Eventually Bosa's going to have to pass the torch. Trent Williams, we already talked about.
Yeah. CMC eventually.
CMC
I mean,
too.
really.
I just, like, unless a wide receiver that Shanahan loves, that was mocked to be a teen, falls to 27.
Yeah.
I think the Niners going wide receiver right now, based off of the window that they're in after signing Mike
I'm
Evans,
with you on
they're
that.
going all in on somehow staying healthy with the old man crew, and I love them, and making a run in this division. So go all in with that and use your first round pick to bolster your chances now, which is why I think I would rather see the Niners trade down rather than draft a wide receiver, but obviously Kyle Shanahan has a type, and if, like you talked about, Denzel Boston seems to be that type, if he's there, if you want to draft him, go for it. But that's a very packed wide receiver room that you're now dealing with.
Yeah, and Denzel's stock has risen because he was more of a second round, I think, guy. Now, it could have been, you could say higher second round, but I think he is starting to get in that first-round territory, at least towards the bottom of the draft. So they also, I don't think, would be safe with saying maybe we could end up getting him in the second. Like, I think that's gone. Like, I think those hopes are gone. Like, he will be gone early in the second round. So what is exciting is in our NFL game coming up that I put together, we will be going head-to-head on who gets the most questions right, and we will pick who will they draft at 27.
Yeah, Kayla and I will play this NFL draft game that Kayla she's hosted, she's written, and I'm probably going to lose because I'm going up against the master, but we'll have fun with it. That's coming up at 12:30. Up next, it's time to pick a side, and then we've got Morgan Reagan, who had a major announcement today. She is the new sideline reporter for WNBA on Prime. That's our girl, and we're talking to her at noon. Looking forward to that. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com, or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
Switchfoot Live. Friday, April 24th, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. With Fuel. And Lit. And Thomas Ian Nicholas. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. One incredible night with Switchfoot, Fuel, and Lit together live.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
It is time to pick a side. Got lots to talk about on today's Pick a Side, so we're not going to waste any time. Hey, Ramsey, let's get it going. What you got for us?
University of Alabama football has signed Coach Kalen DeBoer to a massive 7-year, $87.5 million extension.
Woo.
Too soon?
All right. So my dad turned to me. My dad's in the studio, by the way, for one more segment.
I heard him go,
So he was obviously UW's coach, so we know him well. But now he's been at Alabama. And when I saw this came out, obviously I found it, and then my dad always asked, hey, did you see this, Kayla? Yeah, Dad, I saw it. I'm a sportscaster. And he kind of was like, what do you think? And I was like, yeah, I don't like it. Look, before last year, and when they got into the playoffs, like, those fans were up in arms. I was living in the South at the time. I know Bama fans well. I've covered the team. They were literally wanting him fired after the first year. They were like up in arms, all this stuff. And he has one decent year. And again, he has a lot of Saban's guys. And yeah, they're starting to trickle out. But like, you still kind of had what Alabama had given you, and you still kind of underperformed, and now you're getting a 7-year, $87.5 million contract?
Well, could the argument be made that he improved because he also was able to kind of get some of his guys in there and execute his vision a little better in the second year?
But did he need a contract like now?
That's like pennies to Alabama. They give that out to those are scholarships.
This is why we're so quick to give things out.
It's what have you done for me lately, man?
It is. And
That's
it's
what it is.
I'm sure he had his agents pressing like, well, you better give me a new contract, or okay, where am I going to go? Where did Lane Kiffin just leave from? Where am I going to go in the SEC now? Because this is all these coaches do. They just chase different jobs. So I'm sure his agents were putting like pressure on Alabama to get him a new contract, else he would go to the next big stop.
Well, is there also, from the Alabama side of things too, is there, because of what happened with Lane Kiffin, because of what you just talked about, is there the pressure to the money? We'll make the money be whatever the money's going to be. We want the years. We want control of you.
But you always know all contracts can be broken.
Oh, of course.
Especially in college football, y'all.
I'll just leave.
Yeah, it's
a piece
just
of
like
paper not gonna keep me here.
7 years just looks good, guys. It just looks good. Oh, 7 years? The hell he's staying there 7 years? If anything, he's gonna get fired in 3.
Oh, don't do that.
It's Alabama.
Don't do that.
It's Alabama.
Here's one thing. I will give you the local tie at Alabama. Matt has covered him. I have some ties to him. Former Folsom quarterback Austin Mack is in the running potentially to be the starting quarterback for Kalen DeBoer after following him from UW.
Well, good. I'm actually rooting for the Folsom quarterback to help so that Kalen can stay in one place. I don't want to see these coaches hip hop, skippity jump all over the place. I don't want to see it happen.
I'm hoping for the Folsom quarterback to help get him fired.
No.
It's like, wow.
No, I like Kalen DeBoer, but I just think like it is what have you done for me lately? And then 2 years from now, we're going to be like, well, he got this fat contract and he wasn't able to, do what Alabama people wanted. Y'all, it's different down there. It's so different.
Bama will make that money back with one game next year. That's Bama. Come on. They got nothing better to do with that money.
They just want to make headlines.
Yeah, they
All right.
definitely do.
Next topic.
University of Tennessee basketball star wing Nate Ament reps are split on whether he should return to college or enter the 2026 NBA draft.
Oh, yeah.
What should he do?
That's talk down there, baby.
So Nate is roughly mocked in the, let's say, 8 to 13 range.
We talked about it yesterday.
Okay, so let's just look at the teams with the 8 to 13 draft lottery odds spots right now. Dallas, okay, going to play with Cooper Flagg.
Yep.
Chicago, completely restarting. Milwaukee, they're going to trade Giannis. Golden State, not a bad place to go to be at the end of Steph's career. OKC, because they get the Clippers pick. Miami and Charlotte is 14. If I'm Nate Ament, of course, I'm waiting to see how the draft lottery plays out before I'm making this final call. But there's a good chance that in that range, there are going to be a couple really good organizations in there. Now, if he was mocked at Sacramento, Memphis, Milwaukee, Chicago, that's what he was looking at, maybe it might be best for you to return to college. I think he should come to the NBA. He's going to be a lottery pick in a really, really talented draft. Although the argument could be next year's draft is weaker. You have a chance to get even higher if you stay.
So that was my argument for why I could see him staying. First of all, Tennessee program, really good. Rick Barnes, freaking love the guy. Great developer of talent, great coach. He could improve his defense even more. He could actually get out of he's a little bit awkward still in terms of growing into his body. Nate Ament is still that high ceiling kind of guy where he needs to work on a little bit. And so I feel like if he stayed a year in Knoxville and continued to develop, I think he could get up there in honestly, maybe 1 through 4, 1 through 5. So
Maybe.
it could benefit him, but it's really hard to turn down the money, and then you risk always injury.
Yeah, what's
you
that?
always risk that.
Hey, what's that NIL deal like?
Right.
If the NIL deal is good, you go on back.
They got some money in Tennessee. They got some serious money there, so that wouldn't surprise me. All right, next topic.
Portland just put out a video of Damian Lillard on social media with the eyeballs emoji. Do you think he comes back against the Spurs?
No way. Hey,
man, they were teasing the heck out of that last night.
Hey, you haven't played the entire year. Come back for the playoffs now. When you're hell no. And I love Dame.
Do you know what that arena would do?
Oh, it'd be awesome.
I think that the arena roof would come off.
It would be great. That moment would be awesome, and then they'd lose. Badly, probably, if Dame is playing for the first time in over a year. No, don't do this.
So what I think they are doing, though,
he's
is
gonna be there.
Well, he's going to, of course, be there. But I think they're going to do some hype thing with him to get the fans hyped up. I wish he were playing. I mean, that'd be awesome. But it was funny how these social media teams, they are great these days. And they do have some fun with it.
Did the owner pay for him to travel?
Oh, gosh.
He ain't playing. We paying for him? That's wasted money.
That owner.
It's wasted money.
He got some things to learn. He's got some things to learn. Okay, we got one more?
Yep, finally. What's better? Grilling your own steak on a barbecue or on a grill, or going out to dinner, enjoying not making it, but paying a lot of money in a restaurant?
Dad, where did I get this question from?
Last night, my brother.
Yes?
My son, your brother.
See,
this is what Kayla does. Kayla's in charge of this segment, so there's always a topic in this segment that is based off of whatever happened to her last night.
But it's always usually the best topic.
Sure.
So, okay, so this is what my brother said. We went out, we were eating, he got a steak. He said, oh, I kind of enjoy this because I don't have to cook it.
Yeah.
But then he was like complaining about the steak.
No, what?
Because he was like, it's not as good as mine.
It was a $52 steak.
There you go.
$52? Hell no.
Dinner.
Well, listen, I will always choose, I think I cook steak fine. I will always choose to eat a good restaurant steak, like an actual steakhouse steak. I'll choose that every time because those hit different.
I'm not as picky on steak. I'm not a big steak eater, but I'm usually like a filet mignon kind of girl, and you can't usually get that wrong. But when you're a grill master, like my brother I think considers himself, I think that they're very picky on as much as work as it is. They always enjoy the fruits of their labor, if you know what I'm saying. So I could see people like that having it rather be that than eating, a really expensive
I get
steak.
stressed barbecuing for people.
I do not.
like
while
it?
I like going out to eat,
there we go.
I'd much rather cook my own steak. For the simple fact, I can buy what I want, I can make it how I want it, I can season it, and I can put the sides on it that I want. Because I'm the type that's picky when it comes to steak, especially. I don't want to give out secrets, but if you don't like a steak with bones, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, Ramsey, can I give you a tip?
Yes, sir.
This is Kayla's dad. Trader Joe's has the best filet. They have the best filet mignons. They're really not that expensive. They come in a 2-pack. It's about $25 and they're the most beautiful, buttery, perfect steaks. So that's my tip of the day.
Oh, see? Oh, no, this is a new segment.
Oh,
sponsored by
God.
Trader Joe's.
Yes.
We need Kayla's dad's tip of the day.
Yes. There we go.
Get it sponsored.
Yep.
We'll
be in there tonight.
You have to text him every day at 11:55 a.m. and ask for a tip.
Trust me on that.
Perfect.
There we go.
I'll take it under consideration.
I low-key might need to go to Trader Joe's after this.
I know, right? Thanks for coming in, Dad.
We'll take the break. Thank you for joining us for a segment or for an hour. It was fun to have you. And we're going to be joined by a superstar coming up next, apparently.
Big
the Queen
time.
of Sacramento. Talking about Morgan Reagan from A Million Things. The Deuce and Mo podcast. Kings pre and post. Valkyries color commentator, Golden State Valkyries, and now WNBA on Prime sideline reporter. Morgan will join us to talk all these new ventures in her life, the Valkyries, and of course some Kings as well, ahead of the draft lottery. Looking forward to chatting with her. That's up next here on Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Naturewood Home Furnishings, Metro by T-Mobile, and A1 Appliance. More info at CITPFest.com.
Now through May 3rd at Big O Tires. Get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Book your appointment online today. Disposal fees extra, not go with other offers. See your locally owned Big O dealer for pricing.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In conversation with Dr. Bob Jones IV, I asked him what the most significant contribution his grandfather Bobby Jones had made to the world of golf. Jones IV replied that there's no part of the game as we know it today that was not in some way influenced by Bobby Jones, and called him the most singularly important individual to have played the game. Why do we have 4 major championships? Because Bobby Jones won 4. When the professionals wanted to add a 4th professional major, they chose the Masters, a tournament founded by Bobby Jones on the course Jones built at the club he co-founded. Jones IV says the USGA's highest honor is the Bob Jones Award for Sportsmanship. Bobby Jones changed equipment, he changed golf writing, he created golf instructional videos in 1932 that are still state-of-the-art today, and he did all this without forgetting the average golfer. No part of the game has not had the mark of Bobby Jones, says his grandson Bob Jones IV, and no argument here. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
What a fun time having Kayla's dad in with us for an hour on the show. Perfect timing right before the lunch break, too. Gave us that great steak advice.
I know. I'm hungry now.
At Trader Joe's. But, well, you're going to have to put that hunger on hold because we've got a star in our midst. We've been trying to get her on for the longest time, but she has 97 different jobs that she does during the Kings season. And now she's adding another one, arguably the biggest of them all. Joining us right now, she's the Mo in the Deuce and Mo podcast. You see her on Kings pre- and post-game live. You saw her and will continue to see her as a color commentator with the Golden State Valkyries. And now the sideline reporter for WNBA on Prime. It's Morgan Reagan. Morgan, did I leave anything out? I'm out of paper to write all those titles down. We're so freaking proud of you. Congratulations and thanks for coming on the show.
You guys, you're well, thanks. But, I mean, now this is the boring part. I have to come on after Kayla's dad? Like,
Yeah,
what?
that's true.
What are we even saying?
That's true.
Come on now.
What is your steak advice?
Yeah, I don't have any good advice. Don't listen to me when it comes to cooking, okay? I can only talk some basketball and maybe some Bravo as well. I love my reality television, but thank you guys. Seriously, thanks for having me on. It's a really cool day.
Morgan, I mean, I was telling Kayla earlier when I was an intern here and I'd first started, you were working part-time here, and the journey and the growth of yourself and Deuce and everything that's happened since after your time at Sactown Sports to coming back to Sactown Sports, all the Kings television stuff that you do. People don't realize also how involved Morgan was in the community outreach stuff that the Kings did, running basketball camps and teaching basketball to kids as part of the Kings organization. So to see you rise and just the journey that you've been on has been so tremendous to watch, so tremendous to follow. So as much as you can tell us how this came about and what was that moment like for you before everybody knew? When you knew this is happening, I'm going to be the sideline reporter for the WNBA on freaking Prime. When you had that first quiet moment to yourself that this was becoming a reality, what was that for you?
Oh man, I mean, it was really cool. That's my ex. It was really cool. Thank you. No, you guys, it was seriously like one of those moments of like, whoa, I'm going to be doing some national work. Like, but here's my thing with everything that I do. I feel like, and tell me if you guys kind of feel the same about when you guys approach things. I feel like everything I get to do gets to be big and equal in all the different things. But I also understand like when there is that different brand on it or a different name on it, that it is seen as bigger or it is seen as national and all these different things. And I guess for me, I just love all the jobs I have right now. So then even when I got that one, I was just like, oh, this is cool. This is a new challenge because I don't usually do sideline reporting. I've obviously have done sideline reporting in the W. I've done it in the G League as well. But this is just going to take on a new challenge, and I just love challenges. So I was just really excited, and I'm still just feeling that same excitement.
I wonder, because when you get new challenges, it is, and I think personalities like us that are in media, like we do like change. We do like new challenges. And so for you being able to add this to your resume, what are you most looking forward to now with kind of covering different teams with a job like this?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of excited about just seeing the flow of what happens covering multiple teams, because obviously, like Kayla, like you've done this on TV and covering a team in Tennessee and everything. It's like when you're with like one specific team, you're just I'm not saying like it's easier, but it's like, whoa, all your prep is right in front of you all the different times. Like it's just right there. When it's so many different teams, it's like, okay, you're watching a lot more basketball all the times, a lot more games all the time. I guess the prep will just be a little different, but I'm also excited to see how things run with some of these production teams and everything else. Like, cause every time a national squad comes through Golden One Center, you get to see them take on the coaches in the green room, and they get their own personal interviews, and they get their own quotes and all these things. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I'll get some of those perks. And so my prep hopefully will be a little easier in that way, but still challenging with the amount that I'll just be watching.
Morgan, we have Morgan Reagan joining us right now on the show. Morgan, I want to take this in a little bit of a direction, a different direction, but go with me here. One of the things that I love about working in Sacramento is how, for the most part, I can't speak for everybody, but for the most part, media members, we all work together, we all root for each other, and I know that's going to play a part in, like you talk about, the prep work for these national WNBA games and learning from everybody that you've worked with here in Sacramento. But you and I got to be in the room when Doug Christie announced that the G-Man, Gary Gerald, the media center is going to be named after him going forward, which it was only a matter of time before they did this. It's the absolute right thing to do, second to building a statue for him somewhere. And we got to witness that moment for him, and I know how influential he has been in your life, in Deuce's prep work, the stuff that you guys did as also color commentators for the G League Stockton Kings. Can you speak to what, one, that moment was like for you, and two, how much like G-Man and others here in Sacramento have helped you like on this journey, and how they will continue to help you with now taking your talents to a WNBA national scale?
Yeah, that moment, by the way, was so special. It was, I think because we all knew it in that room of just like how deserving of a human being he is when it comes to just being celebrated. And that, you know, him as a human being, there's nothing that matches that. Like, he is absolutely amazing. But him as a broadcaster, you know, there's going to be times where the radio broadcast isn't going to get the love that it deserves. And it's just such a beautiful craft. It's something that is not easy to do. And you see someone like G-Man do it at not only the highest level for all these years since the Sacramento Kings have been here, but to also always reflect and look at how he can get even better after all of these years is just amazing. It's inspiring, and it's exactly the type of broadcaster that, like, I want to be. You never want, it's not about, like, being like, oh, I'm not good enough, I need to get better. It's about, hey, how can I get better? How can I challenge myself? What else can I throw in there? And that's what he's always been about that. He always is obviously just so amazing. That moment was amazing. And I think for me, when I look at all these people in Sacramento, everyone, you're right. Like, everyone has always just been like supportive of each other. Like, we all joke around, we all mess around, and we all at the end of the day just like have these fun little relationships where we're ready to celebrate each other's wins. And I think for me, since the beginning, I felt that from some of like the older guys like Jerry Reynolds, like G-Man, like Jason Ross, and not so old, but still was in that category, was Deuce Mason.
No, he's
and
old.
like, and when you, well, he is old, right? But but when you have those people and like those allies who have done things at high levels and are just like trying to support you along the way, everyone needs it. Everyone, like, I couldn't have done this on my own. You know, it's like it took so many people around me, and I'm just so appreciative to be in this market. I want to be in Sacramento forever, if it allows me to be, while also, like, you know, trying out these new challenges and jobs.
Yeah, Mo, and I think what makes us good broadcasters, or just makes us grow in our careers, is sometimes the most challenging seasons and how we cover it and how we're kind of pushed to, you know, keep on having storylines and keep on having the audience interested in the broadcast. And I would probably guess that this season covering the Kings was one of those challenges in terms of just not a lot of wins and keeping people interested. How did you kind of navigate through it, and what did it teach you about, you know, how you cover a team?
Okay, I love this question because it's so true, Kayla. It's like, I'm not joking, you guys. Everywhere, if I was like just in public, I mean, you guys know this, like in listeners or whoever kind of comes up, it was never like, hey, Mo, like, you want a picture or anything? It was, hey, Mo, how you holding up? And I appreciated that to a whole nother level. But at the same time, like, my response was, I'm covering basketball at the end of the day, doing what I love. So, like, it's all, like, everything is great. But now that you talk about the challenges of actually, like, when you are on and you are trying to make sure that you're saying everything you still need to say while being entertaining and trying to educate, I guess, certain moments that maybe someone else didn't see, like a great two-man action with the rookies, or the feel of one of the young guys that you got to see grow each and every game. Like, trying to really find those angles and point those things out. It wasn't so much challenging. It was more like you really had to be into the game. You had to be watching the game. You had to watch all 4 quarters to get those little things where I feel like when you have it, you're covering a team that's like winning and things are better. It's so much easier to just kind of go with the flow. Like, oh man, these two, they were connecting on another level. It's like not even about being generic, but it's more just like things were happening every night when you're winning. And when you're losing, you got to watch every little detail. So it was challenging from that standpoint.
Well, I can speak to as an avid Deuce and Mo viewer and a basketball sicko, as I proudly like to be part of that community. I use Deuce and Mo to help calm me down when it came to draft lottery odds on a nightly basis. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But of course, that was an exhausting part of the conversation towards the end of the season. Now it's over and it's done with. And even though there was a coin flip last week or whenever the hell it was, how much are you looking forward to, Mo, now the process of the draft lottery, which of course is on Mother's Day at noon because the NBA hates us. So we're going to get the draft lottery. Then we're going to really get to start to talk about the future of this organization in addition to guys like Max and Neek and Dylan that we got to enjoy this year. How much of that part of the conversation are you looking forward to balancing, running parallel with the billion WNBA duties? When are you going to sleep? That's actually what I want to know. It's just when are you going to sleep?
That's what's so cool about the WNBA schedule is that it's so much better than the NBA schedule. Like they actually care about everyone's bodies and like make sure like they get the rest that they need in between games. And the travel schedules are just a little bit easier. So that part's going to be fine. But you know what's funny about that draft lottery, pick the ping pong ball day, is I have my Valkyries home opener game that evening. And at first I thought those two were going to be at the same time. And I was like, I don't know what I don't know what I do, but like, I don't know how I'm going to feel, but now I'm going to feel good. No matter what happens, you guys, like I'm so with you. Like you just said, like within that question of just like, how excited are you to talk about the next step? That's what I'm excited about. No matter where they pick that day, I think I'm more telling myself this, but no matter where they pick that day, I'm going to be okay with it because then I get to move on and go on to like, okay, this is the drill. This is where they're going to be looking at. What type of player are we going to see with the Sacramento Kings roster? How is that going to complement this team? All the different things. Now, if it's 1 through 3, I mean, I don't care. Like, let's go throw a parade.
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's just so much more fun when you have like that automatic feeling. And guess what? There have been so many teams that have picked the number 1 pick that doesn't turn out the way that they needed to turn out. But guess what? They're on that cloud 9 for those 5 months or 4 months, whatever it is. And I want to be on the cloud freaking 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I know. It's like, is there another cloud we can be on? Is 10 a cloud we could be on? Because we'll take that too. Mo, when it comes to this year's draft, I don't know how much you've dug into some of these prospects. We've obviously been trying to break them down for the last few months, but anybody in particular besides, I think we all kind of are on the same page with AJ DeBonza, but anybody else that you've liked, maybe even a sneaky guy that we haven't talked a lot about?
Yeah, like I guess if we go to like sneaky, it's so hard because I could say a name and then I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's not sneaky." But again, it goes back to like who I was watching in mostly thinking about like the top 10 draft prospects. And I guess Fleming's would be one that would be like more sneaky, but one that like I'm excited about would be Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
I think when he got injured, I feel like people started sleeping on him. I started sleeping on him a little bit. So I think for him, his size, his youth, his athletic ability, his feel for the game, like he has those same things that you want for the modern day NBA that AJ has. AJ just has it on a different level, but not to say that you can't grow into the role, into the situation that you are put in if you're one of these draft guys. Are you guys big on Darius Acuff, or are we all like,
oh my goodness.
Oh,
you're asking the right person, Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know if Mo is on. I am on an Acuff. Like I've been on Acuff for a few months. I've watched him for a while now. I've heard some coaches talk about him that I covered in my past in college and respect their opinions. And I just like his like grit. I just like who he is as a player. Like the defense worries me, no doubt about it. But like he is a type of player that I'd want like as my point guard, like leading my team.
That's what, and so, okay, so tell me if I'm wrong. I love that I'm shifting the conversation here, but
Please.
Deuce and I were talking about, like Darius Acuff, and it's like, well, if he turns out to be Jalen Brunson, you're happy with that, right? And then we're watching Jalen Brunson the other night against the Hawks, and, like, C.J. McCollum is just, like, going off, going at him, and, like, being able to shoot over him. And by the way, that shows, like, the defense, like, Mike Brown and his squad also needs to make defensive adjustments when that's happening over and over again. So it's on the coaching, but it's also, like, does it scare you with that undersized guard? And so I didn't know if maybe you guys have, like, given that more thought of, like, just stay away from the undersized guard, or no, we're down for that life.
Yeah, no, and I think it all just depends on where they land, right? Because I know that if they end up falling to, I'm not wanting this to happen, but like a 6 or 7, and let's say Acuff is maybe one of the more of like best available at that spot, and then that's hard to pass up on. But I'm still with everybody in terms of Caleb. Like if they're at 4, I think you go Caleb if he isn't off the board. It's just like if he's there, if they fall further, like I think that's a good pick.
Okay. Glad I love this. Glad to hear this. I need help from you guys.
Morgan, let's transition a little bit to the W. Obviously, we avoided the lockout, thank God, and now we're on off-season fast-forward mode with how little time these teams have had to get ready for everything. They've been moving a million miles per hour. I guess as now the WNBA on Prime expert that you are, what are we in for this season in the W? We've already had a blockbuster trade with Angel Reese. Of course, everybody's paying attention to Caitlin Clark. Expansion drafts, new teams, and you can speak firsthand on what that first year for the Golden State Valkyries was like last year when the Chase Center was on fire on a nightly basis. What are we in for this summer with the W?
You guys, I'm not like, if you are a basketball sicko, like we say, or like just even some people out there that's like, yeah, like I watch so much NBA, so I don't watch a whole bunch of WNBA, and I take my break. Fans need their breaks too. But if you are addicted to basketball and need help, hi, my name is Morgan Reagan, and you need to come and make sure that you are watching some WNBA, because it will like fill your soul. It's fantastic basketball. And I think so many people always like to say, like, wow, the product has gotten so much better. I think individuals have gotten so much better. It's like around the country and around, obviously, globally, where it's allowed the W to truly just have the best players in the world. And then you see how these women work together. They can't rely on just sheer athleticism and being able to fly above a rim. So there's so much skill that goes into this. And I know a lot of people, it sounds like I'm crapping on the NBA as I'm like loving the WNBA, but I know a lot of people say with the NBA, it's like, oh, they get the ball out quick, they shoot the 3. They get the ball out quick, they shoot the 3. Whatever happened to the old school, like, give it to the post person, run a play, run more actions, like whatever, more movement. The WNBA is that. And then also because there's less games, every single night on the defensive end, you're just seeing these people go at it. And it's like, it's everything that you want to see in sometimes a lot of NBA players in some of these teams where you're just like, wait, why don't you play like you're never going to play again? That's how every WNBA player plays, because 1, they didn't have the money that they'll now have going into this year. 2, they would all have to go travel the world and play in their off season just to make enough money and to keep this career. And 3, the rosters aren't that big. So there's so many players that would just get cut, and then they're not making money, and then they're not anywhere anymore. So, like, it was that desperation, and so that desperation still lives on with these W players. And I'm just telling you, the product is so spectacular, especially, I know I'm a homer, but especially with the Valkyries.
Yeah, and Mo, I just feel like college has helped, obviously, like, and NIL, truly, if you like it or not, like, I'm glad these players are getting paid, but especially the women and college game. Like, the college game has grown so much, and then we are now seeing those stars then be stars in the WNBA. Like, how rewarding maybe has that been for NIL to set at least these women up that are getting, I think, bigger chances now, and they're more so in the limelight and spotlight.
Oh, yeah. No, it is so cool to see. And I love, I wish that was something I definitely did more of. But again, it just goes to my schedule. but I wish I watched a lot more women's college basketball, but from what I hear is that women's college basketball is just like absolutely, truly taken off even on another level. And I know there's some nights that you can look and it's like UConn taking on whoever and they're beating this team by 40, but then there's other nights where you're seeing two very competitive teams, or in the tournament when you're seeing Duke versus LSU, like there's more excitement than not in that college space, but there's also, like you're saying, Kayla, like these people being marketed the right way. So then they get to be put on this path to like already start making money and know how to market their brand and themselves the right way once they get to the next level. It is so important for women to be doing this. And I just love seeing it flourish on a whole different level when we're seeing millions, honey.
Mo, how much did you enjoy, though, as, of course, a Sacramento kid, but also now like covering women's basketball as much as you do? How much did you enjoy being there and having the NCAA women's tournament here in the Golden One Center? Because we were treated some banger of some games, and I know you and Deuce were taking it all in.
Oh, my goodness. It was, I don't know about you guys, but like, going to usually your workplace, like because there's an event or something else there, it's usually not fun, right? You're like, oh, I work here all the time, so this isn't fun. I had the best time ever. Deuce and I were both like, this is the coolest thing ever, just being a fan here. We had popcorn. We had soft serve. We ate everything. Yes, thank you. And while watching great basketball being played out, competitive basketball being played out, it was so cool to see. Obviously, now I'm seeing some of these women, like I'm at the Valkyries training camp during this week, and they have their first preseason game this Saturday. But Marta Suarez, who was on TCU, was playing right there at Golden One Center. And now I'm watching her as the draft pick for the Golden State Valkyries, and I'm just like, this is so cool to not only see their dreams come true, I feel like my dreams are coming true right in front of my eyes, being able to cover professional basketball in Northern California. But yeah, seeing it at Golden One Center was, again, another little dream come true.
So what you're telling me is you were just happy to go to the Golden One Center without having to wear like a suit or heels, right? You could just wear a T-shirt and sneakers?
Dude, Matt, I was in like an XL WNBA hoodie with some Holy jeans on. Like, I look like my little boy self that I look like when I'm not on TV. And I was just, and I took my parents the next day to the Monday's game. Yeah, and they were even like, whoa, this is fun watching a game with you. And by the way, just like, I don't know if my parents are listening or not, but like so much love to those two. Like they have been my biggest supporters throughout all of this and have come to every single basketball game for me growing up. So then to like, not only, and then they watch me on every single show, whether the Kings, are losing or bad or whatever. And then they watch me all throughout the WNBA season. And to watch some college hoops with them at Golden One Center that night, it was just like a full circle moment. Like, oh, I love you guys so much. This is so cool. I'm so glad that we get to like, just kind of soak this in together. So much love for mom and dad. Love them.
Well, one thing I can say for certain is one thing you do not do is you do not put a ceiling on Morgan Reagan's career because she will smash through it and she just keeps on climbing. We're so happy for you, so proud of you. Looking forward to watching the WNBA on Prime all summer long amongst the many other things that you do. And hopefully we get the privilege of having you back on the show in the near future. Just come for Kayla. You can ignore me, but just come back for Kayla, all right?
I was going to say that's what I was going to do. But so if Kayla hits me up, I'm down. I'm on. So.
Yeah.
I'm just.
We won't tell you,
Thank
Matt.
you.
And my number's blocked perpetually. Mo, you're the best.
Thank you both. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to the great Morgan Reagan. We will take the break. When we come back, let's switch gears back to the NFL draft. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima
Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
Are you bringing 4 or more to the ballpark? The Sacramento Rivercats Family Fun Pack makes it easy. Get 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 tickets, and 4 Rivercats items bundled together for unbeatable value. Grab your Family Fun Pack today at rivercats.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
What a pleasure it was to have Morgan Reagan join us on the show. Congratulations to her. If you haven't heard, she announced today she's going to be the sideline reporter for WNBA on Prime this season. A massive, massive deal for one of Sacramento's own. She's hustled her entire career and built herself into the monster that she is, the juggernaut that she is in basketball media land and in basketball media coverage. So proud of her and very thankful that she spent the last 20 to 25 minutes with us here on Matt and Kayla. Before we switch gears really quickly to Kayla's NFL draft game that she put together that we are about to play. Got this update from Shams, but I'm reading it from Mark Spears, friend of the show. It says the Thunder say that Jalen Williams has sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain. Yikes. He will be reevaluated on a weekly basis. So it sounds like the Thunder will have to put the Suns away minus Jalen Williams, and we'll see what that means for them in their the next step of their journey to their second straight NBA title. That's a big loss, of course, not to diminish Jalen Williams in any kind of way, but the Thunder are built on the backs of depth and guys knowing their roles. So if there's a team that can at least handle it as long as they need to handle it before you can come back, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kayla, it's NFL draft day. The draft is in like 4.5 hours or something like that, and you've put together a little game for us to play this weekend.
Yeah, do we have any music we can play under this just to get the vibe going here? We got the NFL draft coming up here in Pittsburgh. By the way, those fans better start filling out things because holy smokes, it looks bare bones right now in Pittsburgh.
Early.
When the draft was in Nashville, baby, those streets were full 5 hours, 6 hours before the draft started.
So they have designated pits for like each team's fans, like because there's like I saw like a Cardinals
only
pit
up
and like
front.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah, but all the other stuff is just like you come as you go.
Did like the teams invite those fans? Like
yeah, they do. So like
you're like season ticket holders or
something?
Yeah,
like so
that's cool.
Scoob's a longtime Titans fan and he just messaged me, hey, are you gonna be at the draft? Like we're gonna be I'm representing one of the Titans fans, and I said,
that's cool.
No, but I'm gonna look for you on the TV. So yeah, they kind of pick and choose their designated fans.
I can make this joke as a Raider fan, but what if the Raider booth was just a bunch of different fans of different teams and different jerseys? Because that's how Raiders home games are.
That would
it's just
actually
everybody
be really
else's
funny.
fans.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. And then
All
the
right.
LA Rams is all Niners and Raiders
Exactly.
fans. Anyway.
Do we have any music to go under this?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fire it up.
I got to get the vibe going
Let's
here.
play this Kayla's NFL draft game. I'm ready to
NFL
lose.
Draft game. Are you going to do you want me to keep tabs? Because
No, I will.
Yeah.
I will take care of it.
Okay, so the point of this, and I actually switched it to the first round only, so we can go over these tomorrow.
Okay.
And so we're going to pick and see who gets the most right. Some of them are yes or no. Some of them are actual questions. But it all has to do with this first round of the NFL draft. And feel free to play along if you'd like and keep tabs on your own. All right, question 1. Fernando Mendoza's draft party. That means all the people that he's going to invite. By the way, remember he is at either home or at an establishment tonight. We don't know specifically
He's in the
yet.
Raiders facility already.
Yeah, right? How many people will be there? The question is, will it be greater than 10 people at his draft party?
So my immediate reaction to this question when I saw it was, duh, of course it will. He's the number 1 pick. But then I thought, wait a minute, it's Fernando Mendoza, and it might be like him and his cat.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to say yes. It's a huge celebration for him, massive moment in his life, and his story's been pretty incredible. So I will say yes, there's going to be more than 10 people, surely.
I think Fernando's a simple man. I think Fernando loves his mom, and I know he's doing a lot to raise money right now. She's going through, I believe it's MS that she's dealing with, and so I think he spent a lot of time trying to be with his family and be there for her right now, and a big reason why he's not going to the draft. I think it's actually going to be a little intimate, small party in his own living room. So I'm going to say it's going to be less than 10 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you keeping track of this? Are you counting tonight?
Oh, yeah.
When you see it?
I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to tag Matt George in it and be like, either yes or no, you won.
It's like a weird game of where's Waldo.
Where's Waldo?
I'm going to be looking for the uncle in the kitchen. Where is he?
Exactly.
Is that
Where
number
is
10?
he? Is that a cat? Does that count?
Yeah, the cat 100% counts. He's definitely... Fernando Mendoza definitely has at least 2 cats.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
sure.
Come on.
For sure.
Come on. All right. Kayla says no. I say yes.
Next question. Jeremiah Love. He is the guy in terms of a running back.
Yes, he is.
In the draft that has been compared to guys like Christian McCaffrey. And obviously, there are teams that really, really like him. So much so that he might end up going 3rd overall to Arizona. But even if he doesn't go 3rd overall to Arizona, it would be a team probably trading up with Arizona to take him at 3. So the point blank question is, will he end up going number 3 overall, Jeremiah Love?
Do you want to go first this time, or should I keep going first?
Go first.
All right. So here's my thought process behind this. I think the likelihood is yes, he will, because I think the Arizona Cardinals are desperate for any kind of star power and any kind of reason to watch them play football.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he's naturally going to be drawn to them. However, I think you and I have talked about this. We would love to see Jeremiah Love in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they are, of course, are number 4. So to have fun with it, I'm going to say no, that he does not go to Arizona or a team that trades up. I think somehow he's going to fall to 4, and I think Tennessee's going to take him at 4. So I'll put no, Tennessee at 4.
Okay, by the way, he's supposedly, I did not hear this, guys. He's supposedly roasting a whole pig, Fernando, so maybe he will have more than 10 people.
Oh, he's doing like a whole luau?
Yeah, so I might be losing that one. And I'm going to go opposite of you here. So I wish he were going to the Tennessee Titans too. I just feel like he is such a generational prospect. And I know it's hard to say that at running back sometimes. But I truly feel like he can be that guy. He can be your wideout at points. He can be, obviously, your 3rd down guy in terms of a running back. And he's just everything you want in a prospect on and off the field. I think if Arizona doesn't take him, they're going to trade with someone. And I think Washington is just drooling over Jeremiah Love.
So for bonus points, because you're going yes, but for bonus points, is it Arizona? Is it Washington? Just to see if you get it bang on.
I'm going to say someone's going to trade up.
And who? Like who?
I'll say Washington.
Okay. She
Yeah.
says
I'll
yes,
just go with
Washington trades up. All right. Next one.
All right. Next question. How many trades will happen in round 1 tonight?
So I'm always hopeful for a lot of trades and drafts, and I always end up disappointed. So for the sake of our viewership,
Okay.
I'm going to hope to reverse jinx that.
All right.
I'm going to say there are only 2 trades with the hopes that there's like 3 or 4 and stuff that's more fun. But every single draft where I'd be like, let's go draft, let's go trades, and then it never happens. So I'm going 2.
You're really correct on that because we always do this, and it's almost like they juice us up days before, like there's going to be all these trades.
And then teams get cold feet.
They do. So let me say this. I'm agreeing with Matt. I'm going with 2 as well.
2 trades for us both. Okay.
All right. Next question on the draft list is Ty Simpson goes night 1. The team that drafts him is
the Raiders. No,
gosh,
just
can
to
you
piss everybody
imagine?
off. It's Arizona. Come on.
You think it's Arizona?
Yeah, I think, again, like I said, I think Arizona is desperate for just anything
They
right
are.
now. And they whether, like you would think being in the NFC West is enough reason for them to go, look at those 3 teams above us. We have no shot. We are very much incentivized to take our time. But the opposite effect might be true too. There's going to be so much attention on this division. We don't want to get embarrassed every week when we have to play these teams 2 times each. So we want something. And I like the idea of Arizona trading back in late in the first round to go and get him. So I will say Arizona.
Okay. I like where you're going with this. First of all, they do have 1 pick, obviously, at number 3 in the first round. Their second round pick is right there. It's at 34.
Yeah.
So I think there's a very, very high chance that they do just that. Because remember, the New York Jets are also kind of like are questioning the fact, should we go get a guy like Ty Simpson? So.
It's been fun to kind of make fun of Ty Simpson because I'm doing the arrogant Raider fan thing of Fernando Mendoza, yay us. I don't want Ty Simpson to go to New York. I don't want any quarterback to go to New York.
Save him.
Don't do that to them. It's not his fault.
I'm going with Arizona as well on this one. Yeah, I think that's the most probably realistic spot for him.
It's going to be those 2, right?
Exactly.
If it's in the first round, it's going to be those 2.
I think so.
If he falls to the second round, maybe someone else scoops him up as like a whatever.
Yeah.
But it's going to be those 2.
I agree. All right, number 5 on the list. Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, will get denied at least 1 hug tonight from a prospect in the NFL draft.
As much as I would love it, I'm going to say no because I think everybody will hug him because I don't think anybody wants to start off by ticking off the big boss. So I think everybody, even though the dap-ups are always hilarious to me because he's just like, whatever, man. Thanks. I just cashed in. Give me my draft hat. But it's just like, it very much gives the vibes of like the kid that wasn't the cool kid, but pretending to be the cool kid. That's Roger Goodell vibes.
He loves that part of his job.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think everybody will down.
I'm going to say everybody will, and I'm going to go with even more. I'm going to predict that at least one of them is going to pick him up off the ground. So I'm going to get like there's at least going to be one guy that is big enough, one of those offensive linemen, that just picks him up off the ground.
So even though we both said no, you still can win this question. I will give you the win if that happens.
Okay, we got it. All right, coming up next, we've got guess the number of offensive linemen that will go in round 1, maybe.
You think there's going to be a lot of them.
I kind of do.
I'm going to go... I'm between 4 and 5.
Okay.
I'm going to go 4.
I'm going 6.
Wow.
I'm
Kayla's
going 6
offensive linemen.
Y'all, go big, literally, or go home.
All right.
Okay.
I got 4 offensive linemen. Will the Niners be one of them?
All right, here's the biggie, guys. San Francisco 49ers fans, make sure to add your pick here. The San Francisco 49ers, with the 27th overall pick, select...
I'm going safe as hell.
You just did what I did.
I'm going... Oh,
why are we being not sexy?
Never mind. No, I'll do something new. I'll do something different.
Oh, Matt's going to do the sexy pick.
No, I'm going to do something different. Because if you're going Lamu, because his name is so brought up so much, it just makes freaking sense. I thought I was being... I thought you were going to go crazy with it. Damn it. All right, let's see. I don't believe they're going to go wide receiver.
So you need to go with an edge. There's the edge out of, what is it, Malachi?
You know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll do edge. I'll say an edge falls to them.
Okay.
I'll do Malachi.
And I'm doing the big offensive lineman out of Utah, Lomu. Caleb Lomu.
You're going Lamu.
Okay.
And I will go Malachi.
None of us. I bet you it's a wide receiver. Just wait. Like this is gonna happen now that both of us are like, nah, they're not taking a wide receiver.
Yep.
All right. The next question. The first defensive.
Oh, can I change it? Actually, I kind of want to do something fun.
Gosh, go.
I kind of want to do something crazy.
What, the tight end?
I just said I wasn't going to do wide receiver,
Fine,
but now I
just
kind of want to
go.
do it. KC Concepcion.
Oh man, that would make my heart warm.
All right, I'll do KC. No, I don't know. Yes, I'm going to do it. KC Concepcion.
Okay, he's going with it. That would be what I would love to see.
I think
happen.
I'm losing this, but it'll be fun.
That's okay. So he's going KC Concepcion. I'm going Caleb Lomu out of Utah, the offensive tackle.
Yep.
Who will be the first defensive player off the board? This is actually a huge question. We're going back and forth with Arvell Reese and David Bailey. There's a lot of guys up there that it could get shuffled around.
I'm going David Bailey.
I am too.
Oh, damn it! I'm doing something different then. Because we got to make it more fun.
David Bailey is who I wanted the Titans to take, but he's not gonna be there.
Okay, so it's Arvell Reese, it's David Bailey, Sonny Styles.
Yeah. Those are the biggies.
So, ooh.
You got to pick one of those. Mm-hmm.
I'll do Sonny. Okay. Sonny Styles.
All right, Sonny Styles.
It's for sure gonna be
David Bailey.
It's for sure gonna be David.
Yeah, he's a beast. Okay. 2 more to get to, guys. The wide receiver that will first be going off the board tonight is...
Should you do yours first since I just keep picking yours?
I'm going to go with Cardinal Tate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know Ramsey probably has a particular person that he wants to add in this
You already know who it is.
Go ahead, Ramsey.
Jordan Tyson.
Yes.
I was thinking.
Go. You can...
Yeah.
I just have a feeling there's going to be some, he's going to fall a little. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking Jordan Tate.
Go with Jordan Tyson.
I'll take Tyson.
Yeah.
And you take
I'm going with Cardinal Tate.
All right.
All right.
Number 10.
And finally, every single year, it seems like Ohio State, obviously Alabama's in the mix, some of these SEC schools, but Ohio State just churns out NFL draft talent, I should say. So Ohio State will be the school with the most first-round picks in round 1 this year. Yes or no?
I'm going no.
Okay, I'm going yes.
And I'm trying to decide who is going to get it instead.
Now that would be a bonus for you if you put a school name to it, and you're right.
I don't know enough about the back end of the draft, though. That's the problem.
Well, take a guess.
I'm gonna say no.
I mean, throw a big school out. Yeah.
Boring. I was thinking Oregon. All right, I'll do no Oregon.
Okay.
But I don't know well enough about the back end of the draft if they have a lot of prospects or not. You're saying yes, it will be Ohio State.
I do think it will be.
All right. Well, there we go. I can't wait to lose badly in this game.
So tomorrow we get to go over all the results, see who comes out victorious. So
there you go.
It'll be fun. Maybe some things to look for tonight when you're watching the first round of the NFL draft. Speaking of Cardinal Tate.
There he is.
There he is right there.
That suit is clean.
Looking dapper in that cream suit. Okay. All right, Cardinal.
Yeah, also draft night. I mean, it's a little NFL. They go big too, but NBA draft night fashion is always off the chain. But I love it. It's always so much fun. We'll take the break. When we come back, hey, more football on the way. You're done? You think you're done with Kayla? Hell no, you're not, because it's Kayla's 2-minute drill coming up next. All the biggest stories happening around the NFL on draft night, at least round 1. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning
and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Spring is here, and the savings are blooming at Maida Subaru. Right now, Maida Subaru says yes to savings like discounts up to $6,000 off MSRP. Yes to customer cash up to $2,000. Yes to lease payments as low as $249 per month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing on new Forester Premium. And yes to financing as low as 0% APR with little or no down payment. Visit MaidaSubaru.com. Click the Maida Says Yes button and unlock your spring savings today. Call 279-201-3593 for more information.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
It's football time, but the NBA is trying to get their licks in. Breaking news from Shams Charania. The Milwaukee Bucks are hiring Taylor Jenkins as their new head coach to replace Doc Rivers. So he goes from Memphis to Milwaukee. We'll see how everything plays out with that. All right, Kayla, what's happening in football other than the draft or around the draft or within the draft or something with the draft?
Yeah.
The draft.
And a lot of this stuff has to do with the draft because that's what the headline is. That's
draft
what we're
day,
talking
baby.
about for the next 3 days probably. All right, how about this? We started off with this brilliant music and we say cowboy up. That is right. Because the Dallas Cowboys, they have been in the mix. Obviously, we have talked about them and how they decided that they were going to have their wide receiver, George Pickens, play under the franchise tag. They've gone so far to say that they're really not even thinking of a long-term extension or working anything out right now.
Cowboys.
The whole thing is like, it's hard to have two receivers that are the top paid wide receivers in the NFL, obviously because they have CeeDee Lamb there as well. So Dan Orlovsky of ESPN spoke about it this morning and said this could actually be something that happens in terms of a trade today, and maybe Pickens won't be a Cowboy when it's all said and done?
Right now, my thought going into tonight with the draft is if Jordan Tyson, the receiver out of Arizona State, or Carnell Tate, the receiver out of Ohio State, fall to number 12, even though the Cowboys need defensive players, they're going to take one of those receivers, and then the shopping for George Pickens starts. He was traded for a third pick. If the Cowboys get a second-round pick for George Pickens coming off of last season, they should, and they draft a receiver tonight, that's a good job by their front office. The Raiders, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the New England Patriots, if they take a receiver at 12, they all should be on the phone with the Cowboys seeing if you can trade. Obviously, got to sign the tag, all that happens. But I don't see how both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are Cowboys in the future.
Whoa. Yeah, so maybe even if it doesn't happen tonight in particular, they go and get a wide receiver so that they can wheel and deal Pickens here in the future.
Boy, would that make for some great freaking fireworks tonight if that trade happened during the draft? It would be very Cowboys to go, this draft is about us now.
Absolutely.
And hey,
we're the stars.
I agree with Dan. If they go wide receiver in this draft and Pickens is available, hey, Raiders.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone. Get Fernando Pickens.
Fernando Pickens.
Fernando Pickens.
Hey, you could call him Fernando Pickens because that would be his guy.
It's the only picks he's going to throw to is Pickens.
Exactly. That could definitely be something that could benefit another team extremely well.
As someone who wants fireworks tonight, I love this idea.
I know. I'm like, bring it on. Let's go. I want all the drama in the world.
But now that we're talking about it, it's not going to happen.
I know.
That's how the draft works.
There is some sites, though, that are saying that there is something, quote-unquote, juicy happening tonight in the NFL draft in terms of a trade. So, to be determined. I don't know what that is. We shall see. All right.
Here we go.
Well, this has been an ongoing story here, and we've got to update you because it does actually affect football and a team in particular called the New England Patriots.
Yep.
Draft absence is what I'm calling this one. Head coach of the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel, has obviously been involved in the situation with the former athletic reporter Diana Rossini. Every day something else is coming out about this story. So the latest is Mike Vrabel spoke yesterday, but then at the end of the day, it came out that Mike Vrabel will not be with the team on day 3 of the draft, which is Saturday, because he will be with his family outside of Massachusetts, and he will be attending some counseling. He announced he's going to go to counseling. So Pat's VP of Player Personnel, Elliot Wolf, and VP of Player Personnel, Ryan Cowden, will lead the draft room. The crazy part about it, you guys, the Pats have 11 picks in this year's draft. 8 of them come on that final day, where Mike Vrabel will not be present because he is going to deal with family things. And again, we don't know for fact what happened, but it's not looking great as more and more info comes out.
Yeah, there's some pictures.
Yeah. The New York Post put out some more stuff today from 2020.
Ugh.
So it's getting worse and worse, but I'm starting to wonder too, like, will this affect Vrabel's career?
I don't think so. I think for Vrabel, it's negative PR. I don't know. I don't know, but I would imagine for the most part, he's going to be fine. He's going to continue to be a football coach, and he's just going to be embarrassed by this. Where it's going to have the biggest impact is what it sounds like he's addressing.
Right.
Just family life. You got some splaining to do, my friend. So
and that part is that's their stuff they need to deal with. But the football part, it is kind of crazy, though, like draft day, and he's the head coach, and you're very much right next to the GM in the war room. And that's how it happens.
That's what I was going to say is, like, I don't think this will affect football, so I don't think it'll affect his job.
Yeah.
But now you have it affecting football because he's missing a draft day to get counseling because of a mistake that he made. I don't think it's necessarily a fireable offense that the Patriots, I'm sure the Patriots are in their own sense embarrassed by this, but this ain't nothing they haven't dealt with them. Like, they've dealt with embarrassments and scandals and stuff before.
Yep.
So I think they'll be able to move past it from a football standpoint.
More so.
But it's a nice distraction on draft night.
Right, and it's also having that talk with your players. So that's another thing that comes into play because that is part of the football part of it as well. All right, last up, yay for Zay. I'm talking about Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers. The Ravens announced they have exercised his 5th-year option. So he is going to be at least put on contract through 2027. He's going to get, I think his last year of his deal is $27.298 million. And that's the last year of his rookie deal. I love to see this, though. I always love to see, like, these rookies who were first-round picks, which he was. He was number 22 overall in 2023. And them being able to perform to that level. He's probably going to get a second contract. That's what it looks like. It always makes me happy, though, because that's the sign of a good organization. We were just talking about the Kings earlier and how second contracts have not been a thing.
Yeah.
And even, whatever sport it is, to be able to bring some of those guys back is a really good sign of an organization and some stability. So as much as I don't love the Ravens for everything that's happened, I actually love this for Zay. By the way, I didn't know this. He was the first Ravens wide receiver to ever become a Pro Bowler.
Are we sure they're not going to back out of it on the last minute and they change their minds?
For something like that.
Are we sure that Zay Flowers wants to hang out with the snakes, remain a snake?
I was like, Matt's got something on this one.
No. You know how I feel about the Baltimore Ravens about this summer, but I should be, I guess, thanking the Ravens from a Raiders standpoint because you pissed Max Crosby off enough for him to stick around. So thank you very much. No, this is cool. This is a good move by them. It makes perfect sense. Good move for Zay Flowers.
And good for Lamar.
Very well, great for Lamar. You know, Lamar Jackson's very happy.
Happy, yeah.
Hopefully he's healthy too. The Ravens are obviously starting their post-John Harbaugh era.
It's going to be weird and different, that's for sure.
Exactly. So, and to have as much familiarity and carryover as possible for Lamar in the form of Zay Flowers is always a good thing. So I think it's a good move for the Ravens. Bunch of jerks.
Those little scoundrels.
Nasty snake-like birds over there.
Well, that's your 2-minute drill.
Thanks
and I'm sure tomorrow will be crazy because we've got the draft.
Draft on draft stuff going on right now. You have a sweep potentially in San Francisco. The Giants taking on the Dodgers. They're up 2-0 in this series so far, and that looks like Rafael Devers just walked to first base. Logan Webb is on the mound too.
So you're telling me if they get the sweep, Tony V celebrated tonight.
Oh, Tony Vitello
and he's
is going out.
showing his face in San Francisco, baby.
Tony Vitello's going out, baby. Vitello, I should say, is going out. We'll take the break when we come back, continuing with an exercise from yesterday. Kayla and I did our best to build the Sacramento Kings offseason, but it was with the Kings ending up with the 7th overall pick. We'll tell you how that build went, how that offseason went for us, or what we came to the conclusion of, the roster that we built. And then we're going to try it if the Kings had a top 4 pick. We'll explain more, do that exercise together. Matt and Kayla are now co-general managers of the Sacramento Kings. Yay us! And you're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. And Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Switchfoot Live. Friday, April 24th, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. With Fuel. And Lit. And Thomas Ian Nicholas. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. One incredible night with Switchfoot, Fuel, and Lit together live.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Sactown Sports Live events calendar is packed with can't-miss shows all season long. It all starts April 28th with Benjamin Todd live at Ace of Spades. Then May 9th, big night, big choices. Laugh with Tim Allen at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Or catch the iconic sale live at Thunder Valley Casino Resort, happening on the same night. Rock lives on May 16th when Jason Bonham brings his Led Zeppelin evening to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And don't miss Lenny Kravitz May 22nd at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. June 6th, sing along with Richard Marx also at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then catch all the summer vibes July 10th with Rascal Flatts at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. August keeps the party going with Kane Brown at Ironstone Amphitheater August 16th and Ty Myers August 22nd at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. From comedy to rock to country, if it's live, it's here. Check the Sactown Sports Live events calendar and plan your next night out today.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Naturewood Home Furnishings, Metro by T-Mobile, and A1 Appliance. More info at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, Ramsey. Spinning the hits.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kayla never remembers the rejoiner. She just goes right in. I like it.
I know. Sorry, sometimes I can't help myself.
No?
If it's a banger, I gotta come in and do before Big Gal voice comes on. I gotta do my own Big Gal voice. Oh,
what do I do with this? Where do I go from
Big
here?
Gal energy.
Big Gal. Nope. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That was Kayla. That was Kayla. Send your angry emails to Kayla.
BGA.
No. Stop. You're my co-GM. We're above this. We have to be professionals. We're running the Kings now.
That's right. I got to switch into GM mode, guys.
Yeah,
Just
come
a
on.
second.
Come on.
Okay.
Put the GM hat on. Be a professional.
All right. I'm here.
As much as we're capable of being professionals on this show.
Exactly.
So yesterday, we, at the 1 o'clock hour, so exactly 24 hours ago, we did an exercise where I wanted to see, hey, let's work together to try and put together, or try and walk through what an offseason would look like for the Sacramento Kings, could look like for the Sacramento Kings, right? And the idea, and I think it was successful, is to hopefully illustrate to everybody how freaking difficult this offseason is going to be for Scott Perry to do what he, one, needs to do, but two, he says he's going to do. Mm-hmm. He said on these airwaves, we will not be a luxury tax team. That's what he said.
Sure did.
Maybe not quote unquote, but he basically said he's made
You
it very
jotted
clear.
it down the minute that it said it, or he said it, you jotted it down. Even Whitey was like, yeah, Matt brought that to my attention.
Yeah, he was very clear. Like he said in his exit interviews, he said that like typically my belief is if you're a luxury tax team, you have to at least contend for a conference championship, and we're nowhere near that. He said that in his exit interview. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that makes it clear, ideally, because the Kings would like to not be a luxury tax team. But then he came on with Dave and Jason, and he said basically those same things, but he also snuck in like, we won't be a luxury tax team. So that's the standard. Now we are taking over. Now we are Scott Perry's minions, you and I. Now we have to find out how we make this happen. So the first thing that we do, because we're building the entire offseason off of what happens in the draft lottery and therefore what happens in the draft. So we just did a draft lottery sim yesterday, and we ended up with the 7th pick. Well, really, we ended up with the 8th pick, and then I screwed it up, and then you did it and ended up with like what the No, I did it again, and then I ended up with the number one pick. I was
pick,
like, we can't do that.
And then you got the 2 pick.
And I know. It was,
and then I did 7.
When I don't want it, I get it.
Exactly.
Like, go figure.
Exactly.
So what we ended up doing is we went based off of the Tankathon mock draft for who would be available at 7.
Mm-hmm.
According to Tankathon, they feel that Darius Acuff Jr. would be there. Okay, so we took Darius Acuff Jr. in a heartbeat.
Yep.
So we drafted Darius Acuff Jr., therefore there was no reason to do any kind of John Morant trade because you got Darius Acuff Jr. We explored a Domantas Sabonis trade. We ended up getting R.J. Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, and multiple firsts, including their first-round pick this year, which was another point guard out of Iowa. What's his name? Stowers? What's his name? Matt, you should know this. Out of Iowa. Shame on me. Sturtz, Bennett Sturtz.
Okay.
Out of Iowa. So we got him. So we got 2 rookie point guards. We ended up with R.J. Barrett at our 2 spot. We were stuck with R.J. Barrett was at the 3 spot because we were stuck with Zach LaVine at the 2. We ended up buying out DeMar DeRozan to help cut some of our salary. And Jakob Poeltl ended up being like our backup center behind Maxime Reynaud.
Mm-hmm.
We still had Keegan Murray, DeAndre Hunter, blah, blah, blah. So we went through all of that and essentially cut the Kings' projected salary by Bobby Marks of ESPN from $225 million down to, I think we ended up at like $204 million. We were still in the luxury tax, but only by a few million dollars. We were under the first apron and especially under the second apron. Again, the $225 million salary projection by Bobby Marks of ESPN is with all the current contracts that the Kings have right now, plus the estimates for what their rookie is going to cost them and other moves that they need to make to round out their roster. $225 million is $3 million over the second apron. That's insane. The Kings can't do that. So we did that exercise. We felt pretty decent with what we came up with. I think our final starting lineup was Darius Acuff Jr., Zach LaVine, R.J. Barrett, Keegan Murray, and Maxime Reynaud. Mm-hmm. It's not horrible. It's interesting. And financially, we're in a little bit of a better spot. Then you said, and I'm glad you said it, you said, can we do this again?
Yeah.
But can we do it with the Kings having a top pick and see how that changes things?
Is it any easier? Do we feel better? Are we not as stuck?
There's one area in particular where I think it's going to be a lot different, which therefore really potentially helps us out.
Okay.
So, Kayla, you're the better simmer. So why don't you do the draft lottery sim for us if you have it up or you can get it up already for us. And what's going to be really important is we're going to sim until the Kings end up with the top 4 pick.
All right.
And then we need to know, obviously, who has the picks around us in order to do this properly.
All right, so here we go. We're simming the lottery, and the Memphis Grizzlies get the number 1 overall pick, Washington 2, Utah 3, and the Sacramento Kings at 4.
Okay, well, we got 4th.
There you go.
I was hoping to get higher than that, but we still got 4th. Okay, so now we got to talk our way through this a little bit to try and figure out what we think what we believe the rest of those teams would do, so we know who's going to be there at 4. So who did you have winning the lottery?
Memphis wins the lottery.
They're going AJ, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Memphis is going AJ DeBonsa. He's off the board. Number 2 was?
Washington.
Okay, they've got Trae Young. They don't need a big necessarily because they got Anthony Davis.
Right.
Should we say they're going Darren Peterson?
I think they're going Darren Peterson.
Okay, so Washington's going Darren Peterson. So AJ, Darren, and then was it Utah at 3?
Is next.
Gross.
I know.
Okay, so is Utah going Cam Boozer or are they going Caleb Wilson? Because this will decide what we're doing here.
I know. I'm like, part of me is saying that they're going to go Caleb.
I feel like they would. Well,
but
the reason why they might go Cam is because they're trying to win.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
But they have Jaren Jackson Jr., who Cam will back up. They have Lauri Markkanen, who's there as well. I mean, Caleb Wilson is 6'10", though, so he's also going to be a 4. I think they go Cam.
Okay. We'll go Cam.
So that means
Kings go Caleb Wilson.
So we're going Caleb Wilson with our pick. Okay. So this is where immediately this is better or different for us compared to the first time.
Absolutely.
So we are going with Caleb Wilson 4th, which I would love, by the way.
I think we've all agreed that this could very well be what happens.
I would be a huge fan of this. So here's what makes here's why it would be very different. Because if the Kings draft a point guard, like we talked about, drafting Darius Acuff Jr., there is no reason at all whatsoever for them to be involved in the John Morant sweepstakes.
Yep. That's out of the picture.
We draft Caleb Wilson or any of the really any of the top 4 players. Even if you did Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
You could still talk yourself into John Morant, Darren Peterson as a backcourt. Boy, that would be pretty interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
So now a John Morant trade is on the table. I think you and I would both agree that we would love to get Zach LaVine up out of here.
That is a fact.
And in this scenario, there's no reason to believe he's not going to pick up his $48.9 million, essentially $49 million player option that he has. We've discussed this before. The Kings and Grizzlies could do a straight up swap of Ja for Zach.
LaVine, yeah.
Ja makes $42.1 million next year and then $44.8 million the following year. So it's one more year commitment for the Kings.
Right.
He's not an expiring deal like Zach's is, but it would immediately save us money this offseason.
And it's not a permanent, like you'd have to be stuck with Ja.
Right. You're not signing up for 4 years of him like you are Jakob Poeltl.
Correct.
So before we just say, ding, we're doing this, let's talk through this for a second because I think it's a fair question. Why would Memphis do this? And you're fairly familiar with Memphis. You're fairly familiar with the Grizzlies from your time in Tennessee. Yeah. They clearly want to move on from Ja. Mm-hmm. This gets essentially the final year of his contract off the books. Now, we know teams like the Kings were asking for compensation from the Grizzlies to take Ja off their hands this past trade deadline. The only way, I don't think they'd be thrilled. Memphis would be thrilled to bring in Zach LaVine, but I think they would be thrilled to bring in an expiring contract. I don't know how much they'd be happy with Zach LaVine, but whatever. That's not the Kings' problem. The question is, would they get any better? Who would line up to give them any better?
Or with LaVine there?
Would the Grizzlies get a better deal than out there for Ja?
So, I mean, from what I have heard over there, too, and my good friend Teresa Walker, who's an AP writer, longtime coverage of all pro sports in Tennessee, she told me, it's bad. Like, there's just not been any interest. Again, like we talk about the center position and Domas, like there's only particular places that want particular things right now. And I think it was already known that Ja couldn't get traded at the deadline. Now it's even more dire because now I think Ja's been putting out there, he hasn't maybe directly, but his people have been putting out there Ja's already claiming he's not playing for Memphis. It's that divorce has pretty much already has happened. Yeah. So it's just a matter of who's able to do it and would we be okay with what we get in return. And I just think this is the cleanest. This is the cleanest deal that you could make.
It's swap for swap.
And it's not perfect on any sides by any means, but it is almost like we need them gone and we need him gone.
Okay. So for the sake of this exercise, let's say we do it.
Okay.
Let's say the Memphis Grizzlies say yes. So John Morant is a Sacramento King straight up swap for Zach LaVine.
Yep.
Which saves us immediately $7 million.
Exactly.
So now we're dropping from a projected $225 million per year down to, what is that? 217.
Mm-hmm.
No, 218. Am I mathing that right? Yeah, 218. Thank you.
Sorry.
$218 million.
Don't ask me.
So we're now $4 million under the second apron, but we've got a ways to go.
Yep.
Now that John Morant is here,
okay,
we've always talked about Russell Westbrook. Do you bring Russell Westbrook back or not? With John Morant here, I don't see any reason to bring Russell Westbrook back, even if it's on a vet minimum deal. So we're probably,
and that's nothing against Russ. I just don't know
how
that
you do it.
Working. Yeah.
So you probably let that ship sail.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so John Morant is here. We don't go for Russ. We've handled the Zach LaVine issue. Now we come back to the issue of Domantas Sabonis. If you want to try and trade Domantas Sabonis, I don't see any way that we're moving on from both Zach and Domas.
I think Domas stays.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I think Domantas Sabonis is still here. Plus, there's part of you. There's part of me that would just want to see give it a season of what does it look like.
I kind of do too, right?
What does it look like? So we have, so far, our starting five, as of now, is John Morant at the point guard spot. We've got Caleb Wilson at the 4.
Yep.
We've got Keegan at the 3. We've got Sabonis at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2-guard spot is now in question. Okay. Well, DeMar DeRozan naturally fits in there.
In that 2-guard spot.
We could just stick with that.
Unless we want to get rid of that money.
That's the problem. Financially.
Yeah.
Financially. Well, it's either try and trade DeMar, buy DeMar out, or look to move on from somebody else to get you under that money.
Who else do we have right
Malik
now?
Monk is Malik Monk. You can look to move. DeAndre Hunter. You can look to move.
right.
You technically could look to move Keegan too, but I don't think we want to do that.
No.
So let's say Malik.
Yep.
Someone brought up yesterday during this exercise, and I hadn't really thought about it, and I think it would be interesting. So we'll do it for the fun of this exercise. Do you go to the Houston Rockets? Say, hey, you needed scoring at that point guard position. I know you're getting Fred Van Vliet back, but can we interest you in Malik Monk at all? Because I don't think the Golden State Warriors, Malik Monk to the Warriors is just not happening. Like we can take them, we can take the Warriors out of the conversation. So if you're the Sacramento Kings and you're going to the Houston Rockets and you're offering up Malik Monk, who makes $20 million next year, I don't know what necessarily you're targeting that you're trying to get back. I don't exactly know the Rockets' financial situation off the top of my head, but something that pops to mind with the desire to continue to improve your forward depth is, do you look at Dorian Finney-Smith?
Okay, we brought him up before, by the way.
I want to look at his contract really quickly because he's making $12 million this year. It's a 4-year deal. This is year 1 of a 4-year deal, I believe. Correct, it is. So he makes $13.3 million next season.
Okay.
Malik makes $20.
Yeah, so there's
a bit of a gap there, and I don't know the Rockets' cap situation well enough to say, yeah, they could absorb the extra $7 million. So I don't know if that would work or not in terms of...
Is there any other teams he's been linked to besides the Warriors? Because I do know, like, we talked a lot about Malik until your report that he was looking to probably stay here for the rest of the season.
I mean, going back to last offseason, they were talking to Detroit. Malik Monk for Detroit.
Yeah.
Think teams that are in the playoffs right now that could use a little scoring punch off their bench. That's what Malik Monk is. But he's expensive, so they'd have to be able to absorb him. They'd have to be able to afford him. So the Houston Rockets are a possibility. You could do Dorian Finney-Smith and his $13 million plus. Plus maybe like a Clint Capella if they'd want to give up Clint Capella. But now we're adding a lot of years onto our books, so I'm not a huge fan of this. They do have a lot of expiring contracts. Jeff Green, Jayshawn Tate, Josh Okogie, Aaron Holiday, Tari Eason, all falling off the books at the end of the year. So maybe they'd be able to absorb Malik.
Okay.
For the sake of this exercise.
Should we just make it happen?
Let's just do it.
Because that's probably the best option right now.
So let's say Malik to Rockets.
Yep.
For Dorian Smith.
Okay.
Or Dorian Finney-Smith. So that has saved us another $7 million.
Okay.
So now we are down $14 million worth of salary. Our projected salary goes from $225 million to minus 14 is $211 million.
Okay, so we're still
$2 million over the first apron.
Yep.
If we buy out DeMar DeRozan, we minus our $15 million, we're under the luxury tax.
I think we have to.
But now what the hell is our shooting guard position?
That's right. Well, I mean,
you just traded.
Where are we looking for these youngsters? Are any of these youngsters going to step up?
You could start Neek.
That's what I thought. That's kind of what I was going for.
So we got Ja Morant and Devin Carter essentially as our point guard rotation, which I know the Kings wouldn't be too big of fans of. Again, there's other free agents at the end that they'd round it out with.
Yeah, we're just doing the basic.
You've got Keegan and Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Just thinking about this. So I said if we cut, so
DeMar
14 plus. So we're cutting $29 million. We are now down under the luxury tax. Could you bring back Precious Achiuwa?
Yes.
So in theory,
yes.
You have Neek at your 2-guard spot.
There we go. Okay.
You've got Keegan and DeAndre Hunter at your 3. You've got Caleb Wilson and Precious Achiuwa at your 4.
Sabonis, Max, and
Dylan
Card
at your 5.
Yep.
Now, they'd have to round out the rest of their roster. The shooting guard would be a major question mark, which, again, they have 2 second-round picks.
Yep.
They could look for a shooting guard in the second round, although he'd probably be a two-way guy. They could look in free agency for a cheap shooting guard option, although if they sign Precious Achiuwa in this case, you're probably getting back above the luxury tax just barely, but you're getting Precious Achiuwa back.
I'm fine with that because I just feel like Achiuwa wants to be here. They could, I think he's comfortable with this organization. They like him. I mean, it makes sense. And again, you don't want to have all newness, right? Mm-hmm. Like you have to have some things that have carried over from what's, they've built this last year.
Right.
Could you imagine going from the storyline this year, which was the forbidden logjam, to like none? Like now we just have a gaping hole. From logjam to just a big hole.
I just think, I think what this exercise is telling me is it feels inevitable that DeMar DeRozan's getting bought out.
I think so too, because in both scenarios, hasn't it been that?
It's what they if they're serious about getting under the luxury tax, it's the easiest thing they can do. And again, this scenario is completely assuming, and our last scenario was assuming we'd be able to trade away either Zach LaVine or Domantas Sabonis, and that's a big assumption. That's a huge assumption. Mm-hmm. Neither of those guys are going to be easy to move on from. If you can't move on from either of them, you have no choice but to cut DeMar or foot that bill. Or, I guess, trade Malik or DeAndre or Keegan or 2 of the 3. But now you've traded away guys that you feel are part of your core to keep veterans that you believe aren't.
Right. And what this also brings up, Matt, is I think it just brings up the obvious, too, that I honestly think, it's got to be a couple of guys off the books.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at this, and we're trying to make things work with fantasy land here, just like making up stuff to get a couple guys off the book. I mean,
the whole thing would be solved. The whole thing would be solved by Zach LaVine opting out and taking like a 3-year, $90 million deal somewhere.
Of course it would.
That would solve the whole thing. So the Kings are naturally going to want that. Mm-hmm. They're going to root for that. They're going to push for that. But I just do not see a scenario of Zach LaVine walking away from $49 million.
I mean, would you?
No.
Exactly.
Even if I'm unhappy, hell no.
As much as I'm like, I want to like be like, oh, come on. It's like, I don't think any of us would.
So in this hypothetical scenario, we are, let me do this math really quick. So we cut $29 million worth of salary. So 225 minus 29, that is 196. Yeah. So 196. The luxury tax is 201.
Okay.
So we have $5 million before we go into the luxury tax. We bring Precious Achiuwa back. You give him that $5 million a year right there. It might be more, but let's say we are at the luxury tax with Precious Achiuwa back. Mm-hmm. Now we'd have to go a little bit into the tax to round out this roster with free agents. But remember, the 225 is a projection based off of rounding out the roster already. So there's kind of some built in there. So we can hover around the luxury tax with a rotation, a starting 5 of John Morant, Nick Clifford, Keegan Murray, Caleb Wilson, and Domantas Sabonis, which, boy, what an interesting starting 5.
I know, right?
And then DeAndre Hunter, Precious Achiuwa, Max Dillon, and Devin Carter off of your bench. You can also peruse NBA free agency and essentially try and find yourself a cheap 2-guard option.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that they would do, right? I mean, and Scott, that's, again, part of Scott's, I guess, good thing about Scott. Scott's connected to the league. He's been in the league. He knows kind of how to do that. It didn't work out great here with Schroeder, but
right.
I feel like he's brought in some other guys that have worked.
Yeah, I would just be perusing and looking for veteran 2 guards that are potentially out there.
Yeah.
That you can get on the cheap. We're talking close to league minimum to maybe just over league minimum deals to hold down that backup 2-guard spot for you. Like that's essentially what you're looking for here. I'm trying to look by go away. I'm trying to look by shooting guards.
And by the way, this is also proving the point when Scott has kind of mentioned before, like this is not a 1 year, 2 year rebuild. Like it, last year I don't even say it was rebuilding because you're still have majority of that roster still intact. I think next year is the first real year that you could see some rebuilding happening.
Yeah.
And I think then you're going to start to continue to see it the next year.
Wait a minute. You know what I forgot?
Huh.
I just realized in this deal, or in this, we traded, didn't we trade Malik for Dorian Finney-Smith?
Oh, we didn't put him in there.
I didn't even put him in there.
I was like, wait a second,
now, Dorian Finney-Smith is more of a 4, so we don't have to bring Precious Achiuwa in then in that case. And Dorian Finney-Smith is under contract for the next 3 years, including a third year as a player option at 35 years old.
Okay.
So I don't know if Dorian Finney-Smith should be a detractor to us bringing Precious Achiuwa back. You could just have a really big lineup, have DeAndre Hunter
that's
start
what people like. That's what people have wanted to see.
What if we did DeAndre Hunter at the 2, backed up by Nick Clifford?
Ooh, okay.
You have Keegan and
all right,
and Dorian Finney-Smith.
Bigger lineup.
Because Dorian Finney-Smith is, I believe he's only like 6'8".
Okay.
So I think Dorian Finney-Smith could play the 3. He's just big. But his natural position is probably the 4. He's 6'7".
6'7".
I know. So Dorian Finney-Smith could be your backup 3 for Keegan. Well, boy, you got size.
I was just going to say, everyone complains about size. Oh, they don't have enough size. Not enough size.
If your starting lineup is
Oh,
John
there you
Morant,
go.
DeAndre Hunter, Keegan Murray, Caleb Wilson, DeMontis Sabonis, like that starting 5, Devin Carter, Nick Clifford, Dorian Finney-Smith, Precious Achiuwa, and either Maxime Reynaud or Dylan Cardwell to some capacity off your bench.
Yeah. And the only spot the only thing I do question with this realistically is the backup being Devin Carter.
Yeah.
That's the only thing realistically that I'm like, I don't know if they'd be down with that.
Which you would probably have to, like we talked about, you would probably have to go and dive into
free agency.
Free agency.
I agree.
Hey, we got a chance for you. Again, we're playing armchair GM here to try and build the perfect offseason. The idea behind this is to explain how complicated this is going to get.
It's very complicated.
I am fascinated to see how Scott Perry handles this offseason, what he's able to do. If he is able to work magic, again, if Zach LaVine can make this easy on everybody, but if he doesn't,
gonna, though.
I don't believe he's gonna, it's going to take some absolute GMing, let's just say, for Scott to accomplish his goal of 1, getting this team on the right track to fitting the pillars, and 2, getting this team under the luxury tax. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be fun to watch at the very least. Ted, I see you on hold. We'll try and get to you here in the next segment. Before we take the break, want to let you know we have a chance at a giveaway for you right now. You have a chance to watch Formula One, the Miami Grand Prix, live on the massive screen at IMAX. Caller number 2 right now, you will win a pair of tickets to go and see Formula One live in IMAX, the Miami Grand Prix. It's a massive event, and you can see it on a massive screen. Caller number 2 right now. Matt and Kayla will take a break. We'll come back with whatever Ted wants to talk about and our MLB mini-series update. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you looking for a night out that actually delivers? Grab your friends and head to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. We've got cold drinks, great vibes, and live baseball all in one place. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1. Or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 108-1055.
Feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
A.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
I think I understand Alan Stiles a lot more now.
Yeah.
Apparently you can't have even a hypothetical conversation about what an offseason can look like without people misunderstanding what everything is going on. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, if you want the Kings to improve, you have to move on from players. You have to, and if you want them to shed salary, you have to get them to trade the guy that has $20 million on the books or $25 million like Keegan Murray or somebody that's actually movable. And not just trade Devin Carter and his $5 million. That doesn't solve everything.
Yeah,
It's
I think
crazy
the whole
to me,
point
man.
of that, too, was just show, like, look, obviously it's frustrating because people are going to be mad no matter what because they do have to shed so much money. And that's a fact, and that's nobody's problem.
God bless Scott
but
Perry,
Scott
man.
Perry. But here's the thing. Just because we are trading him in this hypothetical situation does not mean it's because Matt doesn't like him or I don't like him. Like, it's just radio. We're just having to do our jobs here and come up with ways to do it. And that just goes to prove again, it ain't gonna be easy.
Kind of stuff that gets you yelled at by players.
And by the way, people will probably get mad at Scott Perry if he does it.
Yeah, people got mad at Scott Perry about the trade, the Keon Ellis trade for DeAndre Hunter. That's for sure. I'm still so curious too about what the hell DeAndre Hunter is.
I am too.
What is he going to be in Sacramento? So
Yeah.
that's another thing to be curious about for next season. We've got our MLB mini series update to get to here, but Ted was nice enough to hang around on hold. Ted, we appreciate you hanging out here on this Thursday. Happy draft day, my friend. What's going on? Welcome into the show.
Great to listen to you guys today. It's an exciting day.
I just had to chime in because you talked about some stuff earlier. And number one, congratulations to Mo. That was a great segment, and that's awesome for her. And I think everybody's going to be really happy for her. And number two, excited about the Raiders. And even though we kind of know what they're going to do, it's an exciting day for everybody. So looking forward to that getting kicked off. And my head's spinning from all of what you were just talking about regarding trades.
Mine too.
And, you know, when you start putting dollar figures to do and what you're trying to do and making the puzzle pieces fit and expiring contracts and who's under this for this amount of time, and you know, it's like, anyway, we know we need a change and we know it's hard to accomplish, and that brings me back to my original point when you were talking about Whitey and De'Aaron like an hour ago. I always loved De'Aaron. Let me just start with that because I was a big fan of him. He's one of the best players we've ever had. But after he hurt his finger in the Warrior series, and after he won Clutch Player of the Year, he just wasn't clutch anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into a big, thing about it because I loved him. I did believe it was time to move on, but I do think the pressure from his agent and himself, not just Mike Brown being a fourth and sixth year coach, and that's important. Don't get me wrong. I would have been frustrated too as a player, but I just, there's some people that really love Mike Brown and some people that don't.
Sure.
And he's been around and moved to different places before for different reasons. So I'm not saying, bottom line is I don't like to see him not make shots down the stretch, but it did kind of like remind me of what we were suffering through the past couple of years, not just because we didn't find the player to fit with him as the number one go-to guy, hoping that would have been Keegan, but obviously it hasn't happened to point, and I was going to say, and I might have said on the text string, if we had traded Fox instead of Halliburton, it may have been a whole different scenario in terms of an assist first point guard rather than a scoring first point guard. And it may have made Domas a much better player, and things may have been different. There's a lot of question marks there, but I'm frustrated that we didn't get what we needed out of it. We got locked into a contract with Levine that Levine's a great player. If we have four other great defensive players and Levine was just out there bombing threes and being the guy that's wide open, we'd be different with him. And we might not hate the contract, and we may be wanting to renew him. It's a lot of money, but I'm saying a lot, but I'm frustrated, and I appreciated what you guys were just talking about, salary and concept-wise with new deals. Ja is a gigantic question mark.
Yep.
I'd hate to see him come here and get in trouble, but I'd love to see him come back and have a renaissance.
For sure. And Ted, sorry to cut you off, my friend, because we have to get to the mini-series, but there's a lot there to react to. People already know how I feel about the Fox situation. There's no reason to rehash it again. What the exercise that we just did lays out and what our Fox conversation lays out, et cetera, is that you're just trying to find the right puzzle pieces, right? And nobody's 100% right. Nobody's 100% wrong.
This isn't a jumbo puzzle, folks. This is like one of those mini obscure crazy puzzles.
10,000 pieces, those Sons of Guns. And half of it is like night sky and all the pieces look the same. Yeah. Ultimately, it's the GMs that are paid a lot of money to get it right, not us.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely understand anybody who had certain feelings and hesitations with De'Aaron Fox and giving him that money. I think that's a valid thing to be concerned about. The one thing that Ted said that he's absolutely right, that I agree with 100%, is if you were going to move on from De'Aaron Fox, which of course the Kings did, you couldn't get it wrong, and they got it colossally, catastrophically wrong, and now they're trying to recover from it. But here they are in a great chance potentially to recover from it with good draft lottery odds in a draft that has a lot of talent. So hopefully this is the turnaround to where we don't have to worry about it anymore. One more thing from that call from Ted that I will address. There's a reason why the Kings traded Halliburton to Indiana and not Fox to Indiana. Part of it was, if Fox was a better player at the time, for sure. The other part was Tyrese Halliburton had more trade value than De'Aaron Fox did, because De'Aaron had just signed a brand new contract and Tyrese Halliburton's on a rookie scale deal with a tremendous amount of upside. That's why that trade happened. I don't even know. I can't fully guarantee you or promise you that the Kings didn't try to shop De'Aaron in the first place and then ended up trading Halliburton. Remember, Monty McNair traded Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese was the first draft pick Monty McNair ever made. So that's other important context that's kind of goes against my De'Aaron Fox stance, but the idea is to get all the information out there and make a decision based off of that. So I'm certainly not going to pretend that De'Aaron Fox is the perfect player by any means. Let's switch over to baseball really quick, shall we? Check in on our MLB mini seasons. I pulled a Kayla. I did it. I pulled a Kayla.
What's a Kayla?
I accidentally didn't look to see
now
when
y'all
I drafted.
can't be hating.
Nope, I can't.
It's a lot harder than you think.
Kyle will still hate, but
he'll do it someday. Just believe me.
Yeah, and we can get him when it happens. So I don't have a team in action today. So keep that in mind. Yep. But revisiting our games from yesterday, Kyle, by way of Ramsey, had the Braves over the Nationals.
Okay.
Well, he got that right. 8-6, the victory. So Kyle is 3-0 defending his title so far. All these guests are helping Kyle have a better record and get his record
going
better.
on?
He's recovering after his rough start to the season. I chose the Pirates over the Rangers.
Didn't you have to?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also I would have happily chosen this because
Okay.
the Pirates have been playing really good baseball, and I wanted the Rangers to lose. I couldn't pick the A's, who are my last team,
correct,
because they were playing the Mariners already by the time this
and
game
by the
was
way,
going on.
don't just gloss over that. Who won that game?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay, just want you've been
Cal Raleigh 3 straight homers.
Yeah, he's been bragging on his A's, which rightfully so. Whatever.
I mean, who won the series?
Yes. However, you can't gloss over.
I'm not glossing over nothing.
Over a win.
I'm not glossing over nothing.
And a Cal Raleigh starting to get his mojo back.
Hey, he hit 3 home runs. I've just said it. He's hit 3 home runs in 3 straight games. Good for Cal Raleigh. Nick Kurtz hit a massive home run to tie the game in the 9th. The A's ultimately couldn't get it done. They still win the series. Now they go into a big series with the Texas Rangers. The Pirates beat the Rangers, by the way, yesterday. So shout out the Pirates. They're off to a really good start. So I got the victory. They won 8-4. You picked, like the easiest game, right? You picked the San Diego Padres over the Colorado Rockies. You picked wrong.
Go figure.
The Padres, who have been on fire.
Figure.
The Padres found a way to lose to the Rockies 8-3. So you and I are both 2-1. Kyle is 3-0. We still have a chance. We can catch him. We can get him. So Kyle has no choice today, just like you have no choice today. You both only have one team.
And you don't have a game today.
And I don't have a game today, so I'll get to play on Kayla Saturday, as I like to call it. My final game will be on Kayla Saturday. Kayla, you have the Brewers over the Tigers today. That game is currently going on. Would you like to know the score, or would you like to not know the score? Okay, the score of that game, let's see. Let me double check. It's over.
What?
It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Oh, gosh, no.
Wait,
how did this happen? Because you said about an hour ago that I had to take them.
Well, you do, because you don't have your final team is not in action today, which is the Rays. You had to take the Brewers today, and they lost 4-5.
I don't like this game.
What do you mean?
This game
because you're not good at it?
Very shoddy.
Why? What would you have done? You want me to not count today's game so you can play on Friday and Saturday?
I would have just picked to play Saturday.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it is.
Nuh-uh.
Well, then why did I have an extra team?
What do you mean?
I had the Rays still.
Yes, because for Friday. Today's Thursday.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Sorry. I was thinking Saturday.
Too many rules. Whitey's right. This whole game sucks, but
crazy.
It's fun. And Kyle has to take the Yankees over the Red Sox today, and that game has not begun yet. So
Man.
Kyle has the Yankees over the Red Sox. I am off today. My 2 teams remaining are the A's and the Guardians, neither of which are playing today. We'll take the break when we come back. Looking forward to this crosstalk as always. Love Whitey Gleason, love Alan Stiles. They join us in studio coming up next before their Thursday edition of The Drive Guys. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me about the Declaration of Deals sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $14,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties, and take advantage of available 5.9% financing for 84 months with with no payments for 90 days on select inventory.
Now that's the kind of savings we need with gas prices so high.
It's true. Plus, Ram has some of the best fuel EPA ratings in the segment. And with over 500 new Rams available, your new hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram is at Hoblet. Don't miss your chance to save with Hoblet Dodge and Woodland.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Limited Longhorn after 1,500 factory rebates and 13,000 dealer discounts. Discounts include 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 on-the-job outfit with eligible outfit. One of this net savings, VIN 152135. See dealer for details.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Now through May 3rd at Big O Tires. Get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Book your appointment online today. Disposal fees extra, not with other offers. See your locally owned Big O dealer for pricing.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
I have expected Alan Stiles to bring a broom in with him today with the Giants going for the sweep. Don't look at the score. Don't matter. There's still time. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I thought it was only 1-0.
No.
Yeah, when did it become 3-0?
It's 3-0.
I think just recently. But hey, the Giants going for a sweep over the Dodgers
They got
today.
one on.
Of course, we've got our Giants expert in the building, Alan Stiles, with us as the Drive guys join us for Crosstalk. Hey, gents.
Look, and Whitey's got his draft day jersey on,
Yeah.
baby.
I feel bad. I just realized it's Dodger colors, but of course it's the old Baltimore Colts.
Yeah.
Hey.
Old Baltimore Colts.
Hey, happy Fernando Mendoza Day to you, my friend.
We made it.
Oh,
We did it.
I always forget
We made
you guys
it.
are both Raiders.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
You know, life will never be the same.
The promised day. The promised prince is here.
Lassine Al-Gib.
Huh?
Dune.
Dune, the video game?
That's the safety the Raiders are
Jay,
taking.
what?
In the fourth
no,
round.
I have not seen Dune.
Asim Al-Gib, right? They're looking at taking it. No. Wow, no Dunes in here, huh?
No Dune.
No.
I read the book.
Chalamet.
So you know. I should know, but I don't. Wow.
I should watch the Dune. I should watch Dune.
Just
I
don't
haven't seen
bother.
it. No? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
don't bother.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm out on this.
That means the chosen one has come or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
The one, yeah.
The
Okay,
one.
yeah.
The one is here.
Neo. Matrix. Anybody watch Matrix?
Yes,
Sure.
Yes.
Didn't care for the last couple, but yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. But Reloaded, to me, the second one was just, it's just so refreshing, you know. The last one, was it Revolutions? That sounds right. That one was, okay, what are we doing? But I like second movies in trilogies.
More so
than the
more
last.
so than even the first?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. So what's your favorite Lord of the Rings movie then?
Great question.
Ooh.
Man, there's just so many.
There's
That's true.
There's 3 of them. It's a trilogy.
The
I
second.
thought it was more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 Towers.
I liked Chamber of Secrets, number 2 on that one. Liked.
That's not the same thing.
Does he know what he's talking about, or is he doing this one thing that he used to do? Remember, where he's like,
that's the
fun. But he doesn't know.
Nobody really knows.
Empire Strikes Back. That was another one.
That's a great one.
Thank you.
That is technically a trilogy.
Home Alone.
They're double. Home Alone 2. That's right. Mighty Ducks 2.
Mighty Ducks 2.
Yeah. Caddyshack 2. Caddyshack 2. Lion King 2.
Big fan of
Aladdin 2.
Oh my God.
Aladdin 2.
They were Well, there was Lion King 1.5.
Yeah,
with
which was
Timon
about
and
Timon
Pumbaa.
and Pumbaa. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
They went
Iron
straight
Man
to
2.
VHS.
Oh.
Iron Man
Iron Man
2.
2.
Have you seen this one? Iron Man 2, Mariners 1. Have you seen that movie?
Oh.
I'm starting to know who the instigator is, and it's Whitey.
Oh, yes.
Don't
Whitey for
don't
sure
let
is the
that
instigator.
innocent little face think
No,
that
Whitey
it's-
pokes the bear 100%.
He definitely. Oh gosh.
Just having fun talking movies.
He's getting
You know what
pokey
you're
over
doing.
here with the Mariners talk.
You know what you're doing. You know what power you have.
I'm getting ready for the NFL draft.
Well, you're welcome, you guys, that the studio is a temperature you could actually sit down and enjoy in.
This is a normal temperature.
Kayla was
Yeah.
quite literally shivering
Well,
during
you were
crosstalk.
pretty cold.
No, I was
too.
cold
Let's
too,
just
but you
leave
were
it here.
shivering.
Yeah.
No,
this-
we don't need your sauna. We don't need the Polar.
No,
we don't need
this
the
is what
Polar
we said
Express
that today.
2.
I heard Dave today between telling me to shut up, Whitey.
Wait, what?
I'm texting him and he's on the radio. Shut up, Whitey, because he didn't like what I was texting him. But I
Oh,
also heard him
Whitey.
saying, Kayla, get away from the
Oh, yeah.
thermostat.
Yeah.
What did he
It
yell at
doesn't
you
even
for?
affect him. He's already gone.
What did you yell? What did you
Yeah,
he yell
what
at you?
did
Yeah,
he
what'd you
yell
say,
at
Whitey?
Oh, he
Now
thought
I'm
he was
intrigued.
being clever about some things.
Oh, and you
I was
got
texting
him?
him like,
You got him?
and he didn't
Got
like what I was
him.
texting him. So on the air, he said, shut up, Whitey.
But he didn't say what you were texting.
That's why he was in such a crotchety
Wow.
mood. He was
Yeah,
like,
I thought he and Kayla were gonna fight this morning.
I don't. For once, I actually thought I was going to go at seriously at Dave. I was like, oh no, Dave.
Oh.
No.
It got spicy.
So look,
Not
Al, we're
today.
supplying Dave with material. This show did like an hour and a half on our show yesterday.
2.5
So,
hours.
Yeah.
Wait, today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
well,
whole De'Aaron Fox
Matt
segment.
did a segment on it.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
yeah.
man. They play tonight?
No.
Tomorrow.
Oh, I need it tonight.
Yeah, that's why Wemby
I
couldn't
need
play.
it.
No, because Wemby
Yeah, see, the fix is
Wemby
in.
could
Oh,
play.
one more day. He's okay now.
pre-scheduled.
I know.
Oh, Wemby has a concussion. Quick, push
Yeah,
the
let's
game back.
push
the
it.
game back.
But even we know how Matt feels, right, about the whole De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, we
thing.
know.
Of course.
We
Even
know.
his on-air partner. You know, we all kind of tease each other, but I think those guys were maybe making too much of just one game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said,
Who was making too much?
She's right. You, sir.
Me.
You, sir, Captain. Oh, I got
said-
love for
no,
De'Aaron,
I said
but
drive-by.
I got love for De'Aaron.
No, you don't.
I got
You-
big love for
I
De'Aaron.
have to
relished.
take my
You
partner's
relished
side.
yesterday.
Look,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate a Robin. You know, that's what they say.
Oh, here we go.
Know your role. I appreciate De'Aaron knowing his role. He knew his role. Unfortunately, he could not be his role in Sacramento.
like the Batman role.
That's Robin.
Okay.
I mean,
the Robin
he
role.
was that guy in the playoffs. But,
He didn't want to be.
oh.
He's much more comfortable where he is now.
But Ellen, they made it sound like we said De'Aaron Fox was 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter. That means he's terrible.
Right? No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, that was his entire point yesterday.
No, because this is rooted in how I've always felt about D-Train, D-Fox.
Don't call him that.
This is how I've always
why is
felt
it
about the
D-Train?
Fox. This is how I've always felt. Nothing changed. He can ball out tomorrow. Oh, Mad De'Aaron's coming.
That is a true thing.
Well, you can guarantee on this show that Matt will have that
Yeah.
as a subject if
Yeah.
De'Aaron has a comeback,
Look,
whatever.
it was a
bounce
good
back.
run.
All I know is I sent you guys numbers over text yesterday. You conveniently didn't bring up
I'm
on
doing
the
a
air.
show.
We're on the air.
I'm doing a show.
You sent like 3 pages of stats.
Only one of you is talking.
Like everybody is all look. I got people on me about Keon not playing. I got the
boy.
De'Aaron. I can only respond to so much.
What do you mean about Keon not playing?
You know, somebody
for that?
we're going back and forth about. You said Keon was going to get all these minutes for the Cavs, and he hasn't been playing, even though the Cavs are up 2-0 and they've won both games by double digits. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just don't have a lot of time. Why do you remember that
doesn't
scene?
have a lot
Now
of
that
time.
we were talking about Matrix, remember that scene where Neo is fighting all the Mr. Andersons?
Oh, Yes. yeah.
That's literally
Oh. Yeah.
what happens to me.
That's good. No, that's a good because like you know how he like whoa and he's dodging
Yeah.
a bullet because
Yeah.
according to Whitey that's the Kings dodging the bullet
Right.
of paying De'Aaron
Yeah.
Fox and then jumping on a grenade that is
Yeah.
what the hell this season
I just
was.
saw something at a Spurs site before we came in here, and I'll have to find it.
Oh,
for
they're
you.
on him.
Honestly,
They're
said,
on him.
Look, no one thinks De'Aaron Fox is worth the max.
Wow.
But, yeah, this was a Spurs
Yeah,
site.
but he's not.
But it said, but if he doesn't play better than he did, that could become an issue.
I agree with that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, he
man.
has to step up.
It's all about
All I
timing.
thought was Matt was. I thought Matt was on the show. Because I was driving, and I thought, did he come back in here?
No.
we had a barrage of texts.
Yes.
And then I realized it was a text.
Spewing hatred.
I do not do that.
About one of the best Kings of all time.
He will fight. He was fired.
Alan and I are coming at it. You know, I told you what I wear the day of the lottery is a lab coat.
Right.
I'm a man of science. So we're looking at this, logically, dispassionately, and you're like the guy's best friend.
Yeah.
So, of course, you
Oh,
can't.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
You can't have an objective
That's right.
discussion or debate.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Because your whole thing is, he's a really cool guy. Come on.
Yeah.
And we're just, trying to look
There's
at
a lot of feelings connected to it.
That's
which
what we're
I
doing.
get.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's valid, just not in the context of an actual discussion.
Like when I
That's
met
what we're
Dusty
doing.
Baker.
Yeah.
Man, I was wide-eyed and bushy-tailed when I met Dusty Baker because of the memories. If Dusty came back and I had to struggle or he struggled as a manager, it'd be hard for me to say, man, it's the Bruce Bochy thing.
Right.
Man, the memories.
Right.
But then he won another World Series, so maybe we'll see. But the difference is Bruce Bochy didn't, move to assistant manager.
Yeah.
Kind of like what
And
De'Aaron
De'Aaron Fox is a cool guy. I've only talked to him a couple times.
He's dope.
He's really
I love
a cool
his
guy.
shoes.
Yeah.
He's got swag. He's lefty like me. He's my guy.
Oh yeah, I heard him. I heard you talk about your wife thought he would be your guy.
Favorite player. That's
never
right.
mind. I won't. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I got love for De'Aaron. I truly hope he comes out tomorrow.
Oh, sure you do.
Whether Wemby can play or not, it doesn't matter because De'Aaron's all NBA, all-star, max player. Let's go get it, D. Go get it.
Oh my gosh.
Go get it, Foxy.
Oh.
You don't want to make him mad, Foxy. D-Train. D-Train. Get on the D-Train.
Okay, none of that anymore. You guys thought I was weird and bad. This.
Hey. All I know.
They've taken the gold right here.
I might get a jersey, a half. I'll buy 2 half Kings, half Spurs jerseys, one for me, one for you. We can rock them together tomorrow.
Matt is gonna throw that bell at your head.
No, it's just because I know who Alan was rooting for when the Kings and Warriors were playing each other.
Me?
I know.
So it's just funny knowing that context.
Me?
Yeah.
That was a lifetime ago.
Hashtag gold-blooded. Hey, should I get rid of the beam, bud?
I didn't ask. I asked a question, which is still valid to this day. By the way, you bring up Kings Warriors.
You're on my F list.
Whoa! You're
on my F list.
Did you say
You're
that?
on my F list.
Check the dump button.
You're on my F list.
Check the dump button.
I didn't say what F stands for.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow! All in good fun. Hey, Fox button. That's what it is.
It's Fox list.
The
That's what
Fox
you're-
button.
Fox list.
Okay.
That's Alan Stiles.
Did Jay tell Alan to be quiet?
Yes, and it's
That's
time for us
hilarious.
to go.
That's
Whitey Gleason,
hilarious.
Alan Stiles for the next 4 hours. It's the Drive Guys coming up next. Matt and Kayla will see you after Fernando Mendoza saves the Raiders.
Happy draft night.
Happy draft night. We'll see you at 10 tomorrow. It's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Peace.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This